What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Collectors Mingle live stream. This is going to be a great one. We're going to hit some news. We're going to talk about the Hot Toys, the Dark Knight, quarter scale Batman, of course, the JND Studios Joker that I love. It's my most anticipated piece. Then we're also going to get into the XM Studios Revan, and then we're going to get, of course, as we always do in Collectors Mingle, very philosophical. We're going to ask some hard-hitting questions to a wonderful panel of collectors. So in the meantime, buckle up, sit tight, and it's just around the corner. Stay tuned. All right. Well, look at that. There's only two of us right now because Leo and Justin are running just a little bit behind. I don't know what they're doing. Who knows? Justin's probably eating some ramen. Nathan, Leo, I don't know what he's doing. Honestly, he's probably fixing his hand. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's probably pushing it back into position himself. Did you hear about that? He like slammed his hand.
Yeah, I saw on the was it your stream or Justin's stream? He had it in a cast, didn't he?
Yeah, he had it in a cast. I think it's his right hand, so I'm not sure. He said he like was closing a door or something and got caught and like punched a wall. So that's some serious strength.
Well,
but
yeah, that's
yeah, it's quite a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean it's yeah, I mean I don't know how you could do that just by falling, but
right,
you've just got to be pretty unlucky, really.
I think he's just very strong. I don't know. He just
all that. No, he just doesn't know. He doesn't know his own strength.
Right. Exactly. But guys, thanks so much for joining us. Like I said, we're going to hit some very important topics tonight. We're going to get into the news per usual, and then we're going to get into some very philosophical questions that we always like to do on Collectors Mingle. So let's start by saying, Nathan, how you doing today, man? Introduce yourself to the audience here and let them know kind of what you're all about. And let me add Justin.
My name's Nathan. I am very happy to be here. It's good to be. I don't know if any of you watch the Rogue One 6 guys. I'm on there sort of every now and again. And this is my debut on Will's channel. We talk quite a lot, don't we, Will?
Yeah. Well, you blamed me for you getting the Last of Us figures, and Justin too, the gunslinger. So
Will is an enabler, and he.
I got Justin in his statues.
He's just the not the worst guy. He's a nice guy. He's just
not the worst. That's the best thing anyone's ever said about me. Not the worst.
But yeah, no, I'm very happy to be here, and it's good, and to be on a live stream with the legend that is Justin is even better. Yeah.
Legend of Ramen. That's about it.
Yeah, I'll take that. Oh my God, Will, what have you done to my name? Oh my God.
Oh, that was not me. Now. That was not me. You did that to yourself. Don't pin that on me.
Oh my God.
I'll edit it for you. Hold on. Justin's collection. Justin the legend. Hold on. There we go.
Sorry.
Nathan said you for that one. Hold on, Justin. I'll correct you. Hold on.
Thank you, Will. Thank you.
I got you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Sorry, Nathan. And Nathan, tell the people you make some amazing bases. You made me my Kylo snow base up there, which people can't see.
So yeah, I got into an old hobby of mine, and I decided to sort of spruce up the Hot Toys bases and decided to make my own. And I make mainly Star Wars, but you can see like a few behind me here, and.
You gotta see him, Justin. They're great. He does great work.
Okay.
Yeah, like I mean, I've got just next to me here. I've got a crate, one I made for crate.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, and just if you want to check them out, I've got as my Instagram. I'm going to plug myself here. My Instagram, handshot first _rebel bases on Instagram. If you want to give me a follow, I do have an Etsy store as well, but I need to work on it. But yeah, it's kept me busy during lockdown, let's say.
Yeah.
When I had nothing to do, and earn a bit of money from it. So, I sent Will here one for his Kylo, and he's kind enough to do a review for me. So you can check that out as well. That's on your channel.
Yep, it's up. Yep, it's up. That was it's a great base. Very much impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get it right for you. Since Kylo is your guy, isn't he? So
he is.
yeah, I mean, they're a lot of fun to make. I do. I like to be creative and do different things. So
Yeah.
spruce it up a little bit.
Well, dude, it's great to have you on the show. And like I said,
Yeah,
your
thank
background's looking real nice, looking real classy
you.
back there. But Justin, so
Those
is your background.
sabers. Damn. Look
Yeah.
at those sabers, though.
Do you have Nathan? Do you have those CFL sabers or those?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the CFL from Chris de Guzman.
Chris de Guzman, yeah, you're right. That's because they're awful bright, and I could tell they were not.
They're real bright.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
I need to. I've got my General Grievous, the sideshow General Grievous.
Oh, okay.
It's just about standing up. It's fine.
Yeah, it's barely up.
Yeah, but I've got to get some sabers for him. I've got once Ahsoka arrives, I'll have sabers for her as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Justin, how are you doing tonight?
Well, Will, thank you for asking. I'm doing very well. This is the first time I've ever streamed on a Monday, so it feels a bit weird, to be honest.
Doesn't it?
You know?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, a little bit.
The Mondays.
It's not the weekend for you anymore.
Exactly. So. See, Will asked me previously, hey, do you want to come on stream on the weekend? But he meant his weekend, not my weekend.
Right. No.
So I was like, no, I don't want to come on the stream
not
on the weekend. Not on the weekend. And then it turned out that it was on Mondays, so hence why I'm here. I was telling Will yesterday, it kind of seems like this week I'm booked on or doing a stream every day, which is not ideal when it comes to actually creating the content. So probably next week I won't be doing as many, because if I'm streaming, then I can't be reviewing. And I'm pretty sure you'll want to see less of my face and more of my figures, I think, is the general
consensus. They want to see both, Justin. I think they,
But both is good.
Yeah, both is good, Justin.
Thank you, Nathan.
From Nathan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Thank you very much. But yes, next week there will be less streams because I got a backlog, and there are so many awesome third-party figures coming out at the end of this week. There's at least 4, I think.
Well, when's Gunslinger coming for you? Is he coming soon?
I actually don't know. I need to check up on I'll speak to Lim Toys again. I'll speak to them about Gunsling, because they're setting a sample via Toys Wonderland.
Okay.
So I need to speak to them, and then the Thunder Toys Spidey from Spider-Man 2, and then the Green Goblin from So Toys and Nightwing all this week.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's a lot. I don't know. Are you going to review them all in one day? Isn't that what you normally do?
It's how I used to do it, but I'm not young anymore. So
you're getting older now. You can't do it anymore.
I'm getting older. I'll try and do 2 per day, and then the early access members, they'll have access, and then they'll drop subsequent days for everyone else. But the Ace Toys John Wick sets, the outfit sets, the one with the turtleneck and the one with the white shirt and the dog, they come with the dogs. Those supposedly are also coming this week. So there's so much stuff, Will.
That's a lot of stuff, Justin. It really is. I'm hoping you're treating yourself with some nice steaks and Wagyu, maybe.
I was told by Steph yesterday that I'm spending too much on eating out, and that we should be saving it for other things. And figures. I was not figures. Not figures.
Tell Steph that.
I don't think that would go down well. So yeah, apparently I need to not do that. But I just said it's fine. It's fine. We'll still do that. And she was not happy with that answer. But
that's marriage for you.
I know. It's apparently there are other things that I need to be buying, which artwork and furniture is the two. Because apparently, I did say to her, want to go to IKEA right now? We'll be able to furnish the whole house, no problem. And she said no. No thanks.
Supposedly, Nathan, IKEA is not classy in Australia, but it's classy here in the States.
I mean, it's
it gets the job done.
Most of my furniture is IKEA.
Yeah, it's the straightforward. You get the job done. It's the Marvel Legends of furniture. Super easy, gets the job done. No fuss, no frills. But sometimes you want to get the Prime One or the Queen Studios.
That's a great analogy. The Moji case, if you will.
There you go, the Moji case. Someone asked me about when my collection tour is coming. Actually, I don't know. There's one Moju box that is still not finished. I'm looking at it, and I don't want to touch it because it looks real good. I'll show you. It's the Power Rangers. They're sitting there without their bases, and other things need to go in there. But I just haven't had that, like all these DC TV figures that are sitting here.
Batman took a fall.
Batman did fall, but now I placed him down gently because I don't want him to fall again.
Okay.
I need to finish that one box for the person. Let me see who asked. I should really address you by your name. I apologize.
It's okay.
I need to finish that one box, and then I will do the collection tour. Oh my God, Lael is here.
Lael is
Hello,
here,
Lael.
looking awful classy.
What's going on, man?
Justin just telling us about his amazing Maji cases.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, we definitely know that.
Andrew James. Andrew James. Soon is the answer to your question. Soon.
Yeah. I need to get some, Justin. Maybe for Black Friday, but I was talking to Nathan before the show. It's a big investment. So I got to be.
We'll just get one at a time, then. Will.
I might just get one or two. I think I might just start with like one or two.
They're modular. You build one. You build the next one. You stack them on top. You screw them in. Job done.
I got to talk to Brian though because I need customs because I saw the maxes. The internal height is about 29, 30 inches. Most of these quarter scale or third scale statues are bigger than that. So like I need something that's a little bit taller than the maxes can handle. So I think I need a custom max.
The statues that you go for are tall boys.
Yes.
But luckily, like even my Batman on his gargoyle base, he fits in, and it's not a max. I don't know what the hell that is. But he fits in perfectly. Maybe, I don't know. I'll find out what the specs of this one are. It's not very wide, but it does fit tall boys quite well.
Okay.
So
I would need something different for
Work it
Bane,
out.
but everyone else.
Yes, for Bane, because
Yeah.
the arms are out like that.
Yeah, come at me,
So,
bro. He's one of those. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, it's like, what? Ryan's here,
what
like,
up?
Ryan, hello.
What up, Batman? So, Leo, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
How's your
Pretty
hand
good.
feeling?
Better today. I mean, it's you know how it gets when it rains. Like if you have an injury, if it rains or if it's cold outside, it hurts 10 times more.
Right.
So pretty much that's how it was. But other than that, I mean, it's not as bad as it looks anymore. Even though it looks bad, it's not as bad as it looks anymore. So we'll just take it and run with that.
Well, you're looking great, Leo, and so is your collection behind you. So it's looking real classy back there.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good, man. Like, I mean, for what it is right now. Again, like the custom shelf is on its way to being built. I myself am not investing in any more module cases because I just hate the trouble of it. What I mean by that is it's just the ordering, the waiting months for it to actually
wait
get
time,
here,
yeah.
Right.
and then once it gets here, the transition. And I look at it and I'm just like, you know what? For the amount of money that I'm putting into my emoji cases, I can just have one customized and built myself to my liking. And luckily enough, like the guy that's going to do it for me or that's doing it for me is amazing. You know what I mean? So we collaborated on ideas and, he'll come back and give me different ideas like, yo, you should do this. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. So, pretty much that's where we're at right now. But at the same time, though, I just don't know if I'll get rid of the module cases. I mean, not the module cases, but
The detox.
The detox. Because I think it just has like a certain level of, now it's nostalgia for me and just remembering what it was, putting them all together from my first, 1/6 scale figure to now, or I don't know how many in that case, but I don't think I'll get rid of them. I'll just find probably a different space for them and and just kind of just make certain transitions and move certain things around. But
Yeah. Dude, it's looking real great though. But let me address the chat real quick before we start getting in our topics because we got a lot to hit. So I want to make sure we hit the ground running with this. Brother Cousins should be by a little bit later.
Okay.
He's coming, I think, like 9 o'clock. He had to run and go pick up a family member or something, but he's going to be here. Lewis Libitz, thank you so much, man. $4.99 super chat. That means a lot. Thank you. What's up, crew? Will, Justin, Leo, and Nathan, you all rock. Let the stream commence. It's about to commence. And Leo, I don't know if you met Nathan. Nathan, he's on Rogue.
No, yeah.
It's commenced 14 minutes ago, approximately. So Nathan does a lot of like custom bases. He streams with Rogue 1.6. Like he does. Look, dude, his place. He's got some sick lightsabers back there.
yeah, I do. I do see that. I see that. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah,
how you doing,
I feel,
man?
it's weird because I feel like I know all of you because I listen to you all the time.
Yeah.
But I've never met any of you. But yeah,
I think
nice.
Where
how many
are you
smooth
at right
accents?
now?
England, I think. Right?
I'm from England. Yeah.
How many smooth accents can we get in one
God
stream?
damn, like it's like, yo, everybody
Justin,
has.
Nathan,
It's like, yo, how
John.
come we can't be blessed to have
I know.
like such amazing accents, bro? Like, you know what I mean? If we
Well,
don't have Justin, talking
I
and
know.
super smooth every time he's on Axel Chat, then we got
Looking
Nathan
like
coming
Neo.
in, giving us that
Wow.
that British like
know.
charm. Come on,
Mhm.
man. Like,
Yep.
can
Wow,
y'all send
stop.
some of that shit our way, man? Can
I
y'all
know.
kind of just
We need some
send
of
some
that
of that over
smooth
here,
over here.
man? Damn.
Well,
Yeah,
you know.
but Nathan, I wanted to ask you and Justin both. Is it true that women in Britain and Australia like American accents? Is that true or is
No.
that not true? Is not true, Justin?
Yeah.
Absolutely untrue.
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of all the movies and stuff. It's
Okay. Maybe that's where I got the idea then.
yeah, maybe. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't tend to. Apparently, she doesn't
I
like
think Will
American
just-
accents. So
Will just made it up himself.
I just made it up just now. No, I think Leel told me, but I don't know. Someone told me. I don't remember.
Well,
that-
I mean, when I lived in Sydney, it was totally different.
Okay.
In Sydney, I mean, it's just like how it is there, how it would actually be here. You know what I mean? Someone from a different country, someone from whether it's England, Australia, they move over here. Like people are fascinated by them. You know what I mean? Fascinated by the culture.
Fascinated is the right word.
You know what I mean? Coming to Sydney, that's just mainly the way it was. I mean, I was, fresh off a plane, came over there, and people really didn't know who I was. And, they'll all of a sudden, you tell them you're from the United States, and then they'll have questions, and they're just fascinated. They want to talk and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's how it is. I mean, it's just the thing is in Sydney, though, it's crazier because people, their perception of me was based off of what they might have actually seen on television, whether it was the Fresh Prince, whether it was all this other, literally, like, because they thought that was reality.
Come
And
on,
I'm like,
Sydney.
hell no.
Oh, come on, Sydney, you can do better.
but
Hell
then
no.
it's the same for not all Americans, but Americans think we all drink tea and hang out with Harry Potter and the Queen.
Tea and crumpets, isn't that what it's called?
Oh,
Tea
yeah,
and crumpets.
although Harry Potter's some cool shit. I
Yeah.
would not mind
I would
living
hang
in
with Harry.
Hogwarts. I
Harry
would.
seems like a cool dude.
Shit, it's better than the real world.
I'd hang with Hermione. So,
Oh yeah.
I know
cooler.
you would, Will.
yeah, I know.
I know
Okay,
you
so
would.
Aiden Loftus said, "Am I the only lunatic getting the UCS AT or AT-AT?" Right? I know the AT-AT, but I don't know who. Do you guys know? Nathan, do you know what that is? UCS? Have you seen that?
No.
Maybe you are the only lunatic. Aiden.
Is it the Lego set?
It
You know,
is.
Justin?
It's the new Lego Ultimate
yeah.
Collector Series
Oh,
8080.
yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge,
Are
bro.
you getting it, Justin?
I wish I had the space for it, but no, I was planning on. If I thought to myself the other day, because they showed it off, and I thought to myself, "Oh, I really want it." But if there was a UCS Lego set that would make me buy another Lego set, because I have the UCS Slave One, which is awesome, it would be a Razor Crest. If they made a UCS Razor Crest, I'm there. But 8080 is so big that I don't think that I could make it work anyway. So unfortunately, no. I
statues.
think exactly. It's too many statues. I think Aiden. I think you might be the only one, but it's badass, and you can remove the side panels, and it reveals
Yep.
the full inside structure. You've got
Oh.
two little speeder bikes in there. It's real classy. It's real classy.
Yeah, it's huge, bro.
All right. Well, guys, before we get, I'm going to address the chat real quick because we're going to do this real fast because we got to get to our topics. 2K3 in the house. Simon, Aiden, of course, Wankstain, as always. Jazzy, 6K Mafia. Anthony, how you doing, man? Nicole said, what's the fox say? Tobor, Sunday is fun day, exactly. Docinator LLL, what's up, everyone? Let's see. Paul Ha, let's talk about Batmans, of course. We're going to show Justin and Ryan Kirkwood's amazing work.
Batmans or Batmen?
Either works. Either works.
You know, there's a street in Melbourne called Batman Avenue, but it has nothing to do with Batman. It's to do with back in the war times, the officers would have a clerk or a person that would assist them called a Batman, which was rather interesting. And oftentimes, when the enemies would storm the trenches, they would hand the Batman their pistol because the rank of whatever they were to have a Batman, they would be the ones who had a pistol. So the enemies would go after the people with pistols. So they would give it to the Batman, and that way the officer could escape. The Batman would be killed.
That's an
There you
amazing
go. History lesson.
You're Australian Batman, Justin, because when you saved Steph's
I hope
phone,
not that Batman.
not that Batman, but the other one, the Cape Crusader Batman. That's you. You were when you saved the phone in the alleyway. That was you, dude.
Thank
So
you.
Luminar in the house, Lynch Design in the house, Mike Fayella in the house. Have a great stream. Brendan, of course, said something ridiculous. Will's waiting on his DoorDash order because GPS kept telling the driver, "Get the fuck away off guard and don't look back." I don't know. We don't know. Brendan,
come on now.
He's all over the place. Bob Dylan in the house, of course. Joe Mama, Ashley Chase. Let's see. Tobor, we talked. Sean Bean in the house, as always. 6-scale reviews. Sean Bean, he's alive this time. He's not dead. Let's see.
He
Andrew
perished previously.
Yeah, he died previously. Andrew James said no Pennywise, though. Not yet. It could drop tonight. If it drops tonight, there could be a party on the stream.
It's never gonna happen.
It's going to happen, Liam. Optical said, Will,
I think
IKEA was
next
never
year.
classy.
I think next year.
Okay. IKEA was never classy here or anywhere else. I'm like, well,
Thank you, Optical. Thank you.
collectors disagree because look at all the details. So Nathan has a bunch of them. So
Oh yeah, I definitely disagree. I love
So-
IKEA regardless.
yeah,
I love IKEA.
Carlos in the house. What's up? All right, guys. So we got everyone addressing the chat. Let's address our first topic of the evening. Hot Toys Quarter Scale Dark Knight Batman. We talked about this a little bit last time, but we got some new reveals. We got the price. We got the all the accessories it comes with. So we got a lot more info this time. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, courtesy of Justin, the amazing roommate, Ryan Kirkwood.
Ryan, not me.
Well, both of you, courtesy of Justin
Okay.
and Ryan Kirkwood, because you guys are both amazing. Give me 1 second to pull this up. We're going to share their video here. So, this thing,
Ooh, a
I
live
really want to get
commentary,
everyone's
director's commentary. Oh,
Yes,
hello.
collector's
I've never done this
commentary.
before. Look at that.
yes, this is like, Justin, I don't know if you've ever had a live reaction to your videos,
I have not.
but
this is new. It's
this is
exciting.
a react. I wanted to go back to, this is the shot I wanted. Hold on.
Okay,
Right back here. Yeah, because this boy right here, I want to get everyone's thoughts on this. Justin, let's start with
Pose
you.
is terrible.
Let's start with you, Justin. What do you think
Wow.
about this Batman?
Quarter scale is my jam. I love quarter scale figures. They're big, they have a presence, and when they do a base, like this amazing base, it looks even better. It puts this in Prime 1 territory for me. I love it. The base is real classy. And this Batman might just be their best Batman ever, and now they're doing a 2.0, if you will. So it's a great opportunity for those who missed out the first time to get this. Plus, the paint applications on the Christian Bale head sculpt, which was already fantastic, are going to be even better this time. Because their paint process has improved. They've made changes to the way they do the molding, I'm sure. So even if they wanted to make it identical to the first time they did, they couldn't. Because they use different processes now. So it's automatically going to be better. The only thing I don't like is that goddamn cape. It is horrible. It is inaccurate. It's supposed to be a flocked, velvety type material, but this is like t-shirt fabric. Like I can't. It is.
T-shirt.
It's the same one that came with the original one, and it is awful. So if you're getting this, if you're in the chat and you're sitting there thinking, "Oh yes, I'm gonna get this," switch out that cape. It deserves to be done. There's also one other inaccuracy here, and it's the way they've done the gloves and the gauntlets. So, sorry, I'm making Will literally jump around the entire
No, it's okay.
video.
I'm just following you along. No worries.
So, how they did it with the Queen Studios, and I'm sure JND will get it right, and I'm sure Prime 1 got it right. I haven't actually checked Prime 1. But the gloves, you can see the back of that glove, you can see the Velcro strap thing that goes around the base of the glove. You're not actually supposed to see that. The gauntlet is supposed to come over that piece and cover it up. So all you see is a little bit of his hand. So it gives him this really chunky, buff-looking wrist. And Hot Toys have never got that right. So back in the day when DX12 was brand new, customizers would do it themselves. They would cut off that little strap at the base of the hand, and then they would push the gauntlet down to make him have those accurate proportions. Thought they would have fixed that this time, but they didn't, which is not ideal. Something you can do yourself, obviously, if you wanted to. But I kind of was hoping that that's one thing that they would fix. Everything else, I love. This is going to be a great opportunity if you missed it to get it. I think that this is the strongest Bale likeness from any Batman cowl and Christian Bale head sculpt of any of the statue companies. I haven't seen JND yet. We'll have to wait and see. This is absolutely better than Queen. absolutely better than Prime 1, and it's around that size, right? It's quarter scale, it's got a big honker base, it's going to have the same presence, but you can pose it. If you want to pull off the poses that those statues do, you can do that too, because they are literally just standing there. They have not gotten any more creative than Bale just standing there with his fists. From Prime 1 Studio to Queen to JND, they're all the same pose. Just standing there with arms by his sides. I'm perfectly happy with museum pose, but when you have 3 statues doing the exact same pose, you're kind of like, hey, maybe you can have one doing something else. Maybe, I don't know, holding a batarang. Or, I don't know, literally anything. But they did the same thing. So you can do what they can do, but more. And that's why I love this. So look at that head sculpt right there.
It does look great. Even the head sculpt without the cowl looks great too, to me.
Real good.
It looks real good. Like you said, it might be the best Bale likeness I've seen. The 1/6 scale, the new one though, for the DX19, that one looks really good too.
That is great too. We'll have to wait and see. Because this one we know it's going to look like this because we've seen that head sculpt before, just, slightly different paint application process because this guy's already been released. With DX19, we'll have to wait and see with that one because sometimes, talking about the Flash, WCW Flash, his masked head sculpt suffered just a little bit. So we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. But I'm all for this. Great for new collectors. Great for all collectors. But I said something in my review, my figure preview video. I don't know if you all have watched it, but I was following a customizer on Instagram. He goes by OT Customs. And he said, if you collect Hot Toys for long enough, it starts to feel like you're collecting things years in advance. Because they've got like a cycle of stuff that they make and then remake. So it feels like you're getting like the early inside track on figures that are going to come out in like 4 years' time. Which I thought was absolutely hilarious and, kind of true, to be honest. Hot Toys, I love y'all, but we want Bane, we want Catwoman, we want something else in quarter scale to go with this Batman, please.
Yeah, Bob Dylan dropped that comment. Now we need a quarter scale Bane. Bane would be great in quarter scale. And also a reissue in 6 scale. A remake. I would prefer that too. Give us a seamless body with better proportions. Give us the coat. Maybe even give us a swap out where we have like Bank Robber Bane where we could swap out his outfit or something.
Okay, yeah.
That would be pretty cool, right?
Will.
So, I like that. I'm giving Hot Toys ideas free of charge here. So, Nathan,
he'll bill you later. He'll bill you later.
I'll bill you later. Don't worry. 20%. That's all that. 20% of every figure sold. So, Nathan, I know you're more of a Star Wars guy, but what does this Batman say to you? Does it speak to you? Do you like it? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it looks awesome. But yeah, like you said, I'm quite bad. I'm not that I'm not a DC fan because I like the films. It's just, I probably
Justin's heart.
Sorry, Justin. Yeah, because I heard Justin talking about all these inaccuracies and stuff, and I'm like,
I know. Not everyone is like me, Nathan. You can just ignore all of that. This is still that Batman. It's just like I'm.
That's the thing.
Although Justin is not the big, he loves Nolanverse, but he loves DCEU more. So I'm big. I'm the bigger Nolanverse fan. But
like, I'd be like that with Star Wars. I'd be like, oh, why is so and so not got the right lightsaber or something, or different tunic or something? Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, Hot Toys 95% of the time kills it, and they apart from like the odd bit that Justin said, it looks pretty damn awesome. And I like a base, and that base looks cool. And I mean, obviously it is the downside is that, like you were saying, there's no one to pair him with because Hot Toys have got very few.
Yeah.
But how many?
That quarter scale Joker, but he's okay. He's satisfactory, I feel like. But now that Queen Studios and JND and all have put out their versions, they're not quarter scale, albeit. But the Queen is.
The Queen did a quarter scale. I might get that and replace my Hot Toys one with
Justin,
that one.
It's artist edition or bust. Pay the double. Mean? Artist edition has rooted hair. The regular version has sculpted hair, which is still great. But the rooted hair is like twice as much.
Now. Hold on, I'm gonna have a look. You keep
going.
Nathan,
go ahead. But I gotta enable Justin real quick. Yeah, that thing is incredible. Look at the artist edition.
Have a look.
So Nathan, but would you? I know you're not a DC guy, but could you see a lot of people buying this?
Yeah. Definitely. If you're a DC fan, you're a Batman fan. This is perfect figure for you. Obviously, if you collect quarter scale as well. But yeah, like Dustin said, obviously the upside to the Hot Toys versions over Prime One or the statue makers is that you can pose it, and obviously that is a very it's a good thing to have, because good option to have, because some people like to change it up every now and again. They don't want to just have. I know obviously statues have swap outs and stuff like that, but it is good to sort of be able to do more dynamic posing or something, rather than have a static sort of museum posed statue.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. With this figure, though, I think you guys can speak to this. I mean, I think you could pose it, but with the material, would it be forgiving, you think, where you could pose this guy? Justin, do you think so?
Yes, Will. Yes,
Okay.
it is absolutely...
You
it's
say
absolutely
that, but
forgiving.
we'll see.
No, seriously.
Okay.
I own it. So
It's not like Spider-Man. It's not like Spidey.
No. It's literally, the undersuit is full fabric mesh. So you can pose, as long as you're not putting too much stress on the armor plates on the legs, which you can actually get a fair bit of movement before you start to see any creases or anything. The undersuit is all fabric with the armor plates stuck on top. So it's not like a synthetic rubber or anything like that. So you can actually pose. I've had mine in dynamic fighting poses for months on end, because I don't often repose, and he is flawless, exact same as the day that I got him brand new. But now I copied one of the statue poses. He's just standing there. Okay. But I can change it if I wanted to. I can.
That gives me hope for the DX19.
The DX19 is 95% the same as the armory suit, I would imagine, and then that will be the same way, especially in the elbows, all fabric. So there's nothing connecting from the gauntlet down. It's just all fabric. So you can bend those elbows. There is nothing to stress in that area. So if you want to have him in a fighting stance, no problem whatsoever.
Okay. So Leo, I know we've seen a little bit more on this figure now. Are your thoughts mostly the same? What do you feel about it?
Just the same. It's the same.
Copy paste.
I'm not really again, I'm not a quarter scale person. Like, I don't really collect quarter scale.
Everyone's breaking
I don't.
Dustin's heart.
I just don't. I mean, the reason being is because, like I said, I mean, if I want to quarter scale figure, I might as well get a statue. Again, I'm just going to say it that way because of
Leo, you and I are the same. Every time I say it to Justin, he's like, Will.
I just can't do it because, I mean, the thing is, I'm already in 1/6 scale collecting wheelhouse, and as you said, if you collect the quarter scale figure and you don't really have a companion piece to go with it, it's just, to me, it's not necessary and it's taking up too much space already. Whereas if I have a statue, the companion piece is the diorama base itself and just the feature of the statue, how it's posed up, the dynamics that they've gotten it in, and I'm really selective. Going into a quarter scale figure for me is just, even if they, like, honestly, if they made it, they made that quarter scale Vader, I didn't get it because it was just like, I didn't need it. I mean, I didn't need it spacing wise, you know what I mean? I just did not want to actually get it. But now, with that basically being said, it's not to say that this isn't a brilliant piece or beautiful for anybody else, you know, especially if you're a Batman fan. This, you know, versus, you know, a 1/6 scale, if you wanted more detail and you wanted to actually see more quality, of course you would actually get this piece if you were a quarter scale collector, or if, you know, basically if you're a huge Batman fan. You know, I am a Batman fan, but as far as the quarter scale piece, I don't know. It just for me, it just wouldn't cut it because I didn't go down that line, you know, as far as collecting. And on top of that, I'm around this. The thing is, it's like you're revealing all these pieces, and I get it. I mean, it's something that's, you know, well within the IP for you. You can make money off of it. I understand that that's what they're trying to do, and other companies want to do that. But there's so many other figures that they can release, so many other IPs that they can tap into, and they keep doing the same thing. So of course, my interest is never going to be that high.
Gotcha.
Because it's like I'm seeing the same if it's I don't, and it's not even the fact that I have a problem with the reissues, because I don't have problems with them reissuing figures at all. But when you have so many other pieces that are still waiting, that we still haven't seen yet, and some that you have revealed that we'll never see again, how am I supposed to be excited about this? I'm not.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's just where I sit. Is it a brilliant piece? Yeah, it's beautiful. Would I get it? Nope.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Leo, I want to hit the super chat. Andrew brought this up. I totally missed this. Andrew, thank you so much for the super chat. He dropped a question a little bit later with it. What are the chances we'll get a DeLorean reissue? And damn it, where's Pennywise? Love you guys, and Will, you're the man. Andrew, thank you so much. You're the man, dude. So what do you guys think about that? Leo, that was a really good point, and we'll address that. But so what do you guys think about Andrew's question? I'll start with you, Justin, as you might have I don't know if you have any inside info on this or what your theory is, but DeLorean reissue, do you think that's going to happen?
This came from Reddit. So, Reddit, I don't know about Reddit, but Bob Dylan sent me something from Reddit, and he claims to know some inside info. And I don't know if this is true, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently, when Hot Toys did the first DeLorean, the company that they outsourced to do all the engineering, all of the molds, all of the components, they were expecting a huge order of DeLoreans. Hot Toys promised them at least 2 to 3 times the amount sold that they actually sold. So, when they didn't sell, Hot Toys and that company had a falling out, and that company still owns all the master molds. It owns all of the engineering drawings, everything required to make the DeLorean. They still own it. I don't know if that is true again, because that was from Reddit. We all know how Reddit can be.
Right.
But supposedly that is why we have not seen another DeLorean. It's not to say that Hot Toys couldn't just straight up go and do all the engineering again themselves, but that's a huge cost. They wouldn't want to do that. So supposedly we won't be seeing another DeLorean for that reason, which makes sense because in Hong Kong it didn't sell. People in stores were using the boxes as their coffee table because people weren't buying them because nobody has the space for them in Hong Kong.
Gotcha.
So that's why potentially we won't see another one. I hope we do, because I would love a DeLorean. But now I'm kind of thinking I better go hunt one down just in case.
Hey. So, Brother Cousins, thanks for joining us, man. I know you were
Hello there,
right
sir.
in.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Will, thanks for having me. Nathan, how you doing? Justin, always good. And Leo, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Dude, thanks for joining. So, Brother Cousins, first question. I got 2 for you real quick. So we're talking about this Batman, but we did get a super chat. What do you think about a DeLorean reissue? You think that's likely or possible?
I was listening to that backstage right before I came on, and the news that Justin just broke us kind of broke my heart because I love my DeLorean. That's my prize. That's like my prize piece. Love it. And I was hoping that Hot Toys would release another one so I can then make that one. Turn that one to have that one as the classic DeLorean to go along with the classic Doc Brown. It didn't have my Back to the Future 2 one, so it kind of breaks my heart, if they're not gonna go and make another one. And I did hear, that it didn't sell well in Hong Kong at all. So yeah,
It's got to be a space thing because I've heard that they love Back to the Future over there. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you bring out the figures, but you're not gonna. That's heartbreaking. That's so I'm hoping that something happens. I really do. And Justin, if you're looking for a DeLorean, I did see one on Evil Bay going for the cheapest one I saw was like $1,500.
That's not bad. How much was it retail?
Retailer was like $6.99.
Okay, I was thinking it was more expensive then. I'm maybe thinking the Ecto one. Ecto one was pretty pricey.
Ecto one was like almost
that was
Blitz
like
25. Like 25.
Yeah.
I got mine. I lucked up and got mine. I got mine funny. I got mine from Baltimore, and I got it for about in 2018 for about. It was around my birthday. It was around February. I got it for about $1,000. So
nice. That's not
nice.
I mean, hey, based on market value now, that's pretty good. But so, brother, because what do you think about this Batman? Do you think this quarter scale is something you would be interested in?
I want it. I really do. I really want it. I haven't jumped in quarter scales yet. The only thing close to quarter scale I have is the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Justin, I know you got those too. Those are amazing. I like that's the only quarter scale stuff that I have, but it's just the space. I'm running out of space as it is. So if I jump into 1/4 scale, it's going to be really hard. But this is making me, second guess that, because second think that, I think twice about that, because I really, really like this, and the head sculpt is just amazing. I heard the articulation on the 1/4 scale figures are much better. So yeah, I don't know. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, because Justin says that you can pose this boy and not have to worry about it. So,
to an extent, don't pose yours and then be like, Justin, you said you couldn't, you ruined it. The legs, you got to be a little bit careful with, but the arms you can go crazy with.
Okay,
Awesome.
gotcha. Yeah,
Awesome.
Push your figure as far as you're willing to go, but Justin's only willing to go so far. Don't blame Justin. So yeah,
Right.
but so guys, I want to divert our attention to the next topic here, because this next one is one that's very close to my heart. Justin and I talked about this quite a bit, and I sent this over to a few of our panel members. So JND dropped some news the other day. They dropped a video, a live unboxing of the Heath Ledger Joker, right?
Wow.
So this is one that I really want to get into, and I want to start with Lael on this one. I'm going to pull up just a little bit, go ahead a little bit, just past the unboxing point, and show kind of good old Heath here, standing here as JND is putting the hands on. But Lael, I think you watched this video I sent you, and you watched you saw some of the pictures I sent you at least. How did this final product turn out to you?
Oh, it's beautiful, bro. I like it. The one thing, it makes it hard to even want an actual DX. You know what I mean? Like a
Right.
DX 1/6 scale version, because when you see this piece, this is like, the cream of the crop of, you know what I mean? It's the top of the line, top tier, from tailoring to the actual paint application, head sculpt. But it's JND. You know what I mean? So would I expect anything less from JND? Hell no. Like, I mean, the pieces that they produce, I mean, top tier. I mean, literally top tier. Look at that. I mean, look at the scowl. Look at his. I mean, when I'm watching this, and when I look at this particular piece, even watch the video, because I kept freezing it, going back, because I was trying to look at different angles and stuff like that. But I love it. Like, I mean, again, it makes me want that DX version even more. You know what I mean? Because I have to have it. I know this is a pocket killer, bro. I know that this is a pocket killer, bro. And like we had that discussion about, budgeting and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm remembering that. I remember that conversation. So, you know what I mean? With this right here, as crazy it is, it's not going to end up in my collection, I'll tell you that. But it's brilliant. Like, literally, you can't, like, again, J&D sets a bar that's kind of, it's a bit high for others to achieve on that level, bro, to be quite honest, because their attention to detail, the shape, I mean, everything about this, like, even down to the scars, bro, like the scars look like fresh, like right now. You know what I mean?
He just got scarred.
Like he just got scarred today. You know what I mean? To the weathering on the jacket itself, just the color palette, everything about this is brilliant. Like, look at that, bro. Like, look, it looks like Heath Ledger right now is looking at me like I'm ready to F you up. You know what I mean? Like,
see the red in his eyes?
Yeah,
right, like he's got like bloodshot eyes a little bit.
Yeah, they nailed it. I mean, the creasing in his brow, just the lines in his forehead, the wet look of the and that is now that's not sculpted. That is rooted, right?
Yep,
Is that rooted hair?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just look how brilliant that looks, bro. Like, that looks amazing. You know what I mean? So there's no, I mean, again, if it wasn't a pocket killer and a space grabber for me, and I already actually have selected pieces, I definitely would. And whoever's getting this, my hat's off, because you got a beautiful piece coming your way. I'm just waiting for J&D. I'm hoping and praying that within the next couple of months, J&D will give me that, that Keola Matrix
you'll get one.
quarter scale figure, like I can actually put, because I'm getting that shit. As soon as we get that, I'm getting that. I'm telling you
You
that
either
right
get that
now.
from Queen or
I'm
you'll
gonna
get
get
it
if they
from
get that
JND.
from Queen or
Yeah.
Hot Toys releases a 1/6 scale. I'm getting that shit. I gotta have that, and I want the exclusive version too. Straight
the
up.
deluxe.
I want the deluxe. I want the deluxe. Yeah, I
Rooted
want the
hair, all
rooted
day.
hair and interchangeable. Like you can just change his outfits and give him like a cell phone. Give him like a give him give him a cell phone he had just got back from a scammer. Like give me that.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So Justin, what do you think about this statue? I know
Well,
your
hello.
opinion's a little more. I want to hear yours. I want to hear your opinion live.
Well. There's no denying that this looks good. But I don't think it looks as good as some of the other versions, Queen and Prime 1. This shot right here highlights what I want to say perfectly. It seems like they've taken a photo of Heath as the Joker and then turned up the saturation all the way and then turned up, the sliders on camera raw filter in Photoshop, the one that's
Right.
yeah, the texture and then definition or whatever it is. They've turned that up all the way
Clarity.
too.
Yeah.
Clarity, correct. They've turned that up all the way. He kind of looks so crisp that he looks a little bit cartoony to me. Especially the skin tone, it is so pink. And you might think, oh, that's just video editing, but it isn't, because when the gentleman who's presenting puts his hand in the shot, the color balance is correct. It's just how the piece looks.
Yeah. See.
The green of the hair is so vibrant, and the purple of the jacket is so blue, and that shirt, everything is just too saturated. It looks stylized and cartoony to me. And JND for me is ultimate realism. Their Wonder Woman 1984 is so good. It literally looks like Gal Gadot is standing in the room. So much so that I pre-ordered their Harley because I was so impressed by that. But now I'm thinking, well, if they do the same thing with Harley, then I might be a little bit worried, but we'll have to wait and see with Harley. But this, I don't love it as much as I love the prototype. The prototype was flawless. This, it seems like they've gone too far into the stylized realm, specifically the hair. The hair was not that green. It was yellowish green. This is more of an artist's rendition of Joker, which sometimes people, they want an artist's take on what a Heath Ledger Joker would look like, and that's why they buy the statues, and I understand that. But for me, when you have Queen and Prime 1 also doing third scale Jokers, I think it's a toss-up between those two for the best currently. I don't know which one I would have to pick, but I'm loving that Blitzway sculpt. It is so good. But then again, Will told me that there was a drop-off in quality between the Joaquin prototype.
It's still good, but
and
the proto was
Prime.
perfection. Right.
Yes, so right now I'm seeing perfection. I don't know if I'm going to see something more along the lines of this, which is still great. Obviously, it looks awesome. But like that front-on shot right there, I don't even necessarily want to say that that is perfect Heath. Some people might say, oh, you're crazy, Justin, but everything is so exaggerated here. Like the frown lines are so sharp. Even the lines down here, like on his nose, the bridge of his nose, everything is so sharp that it looks like a kind of like a caricature of Heath as Joker. And I don't know if that's maybe, I assume this is silicon. They love using silicon.
It is. Yep.
Maybe that's the byproduct of what you get when you mix silicon and some kind of paint process. I don't know, because silicon doesn't really like to accept paint. It might just be how it had to turn out. Also, there was a close-up on the hairline, and for JND, it looked pretty rough. JND usually are so sharp, and it sounds like I'm being overly negative, but I'm not. Just I know what they can do, and I was a little bit taken aback. Will was like, "What are you talking about, you madman?" I was like, "No, no."
I know, but I love Heath Ledger Joker. He's my.
I know you do, and you have this one coming. So
Yes.
that's why I'm allowed to sit here, and I'm allowed to be the armchair
Quarterback.
quarterback. I can be the armchair quarterback because I am still undecided if I'm going to be getting a third scale Joker, because this is not my favorite version of Joker. So I'm going to be as critical as I can be, because I have no stake in the race. You know what I mean? I'm undecided. So I'm waiting for someone to really wow me. I'm not saying that Will is biased, but you know, Will loves the Joker. So,
I'm not saying I'm biased, but he's
if
a little
you want to
biased.
say that,
No,
then
but
you
it's
go
funny.
for it.
I Justin, I do like the Hot Toys Heath Ledger Joker. I really loved when I had it, like the quarter scale, the quarter scale. But
It's
then
not great.
right? It's not great. Everything but the sculpt is fine. Everything is fine, but the sculpt. When you just look at Queen, the Queen 1/4, and then the Queen 1/3. I sent you the video of the Queen 1/3 Joker, the PlayStation.
That is the one I'm considering getting right now.
It's incredible.
Because someone is selling it. But the Batman, I watched the Batman Statue Collector's review on the Batman.
Yeah,
That Batman is so lackluster
he's okay.
that I'm like the masked head, which is the one I would use. It and I hate using the words "looks nothing like him," but that is what I'm going to say, and that's quite surprising for Queen Studios. The unmasked head looks amazing, but I'm not going to have unmasked Batman standing behind Heath Ledger Joker in the like interrogation scene diorama. Like, who's going to do that?
Right.
So I'm still not sure about that Batman. Even I'm pretty sure his name's Chris, Batman Statue Collector, said in his review, I know the likeness isn't there, but I still got it because together they have that presence. They make up the display where I don't know if I could feel the same way. I don't know if I could feel the same way about the Queen ones. But that police station one that you have, Will, that's prime. That's primo. I used some cyberpunk language there. I'm sorry.
I haven't played that game. So yeah, that's definitely an interesting take. Before I get to Nathan on this one, I'm personally so excited about this JND Joker piece. Thank you so much, by the way, Paul. Where would you display it? Perhaps Module case? If so, which model? Justin might be able to speak to that better. I think you'd probably need a max because this thing.
How tall is he?
I think he's like maybe just under 30 inches, probably. Maybe he's third scale, so he's probably like 28 inches.
I don't think you need a max for this because it's not wide.
Right.
So I can fit my Justice League Superman. His base is huge, and his arms are sort of flared out. He's doing a walking pose, and there's still a significant amount of height above his head. I can show you one.
Yeah, he's 26 inches tall. 26 inches, yeah.
Okay, so he will absolutely fit in this. I don't know what this is. I will have to find out for you.
Let me show you, Justin.
But there's Superman, as you can see. He has plenty of room above his head, and he is huge.
Okay.
So I'll let me find out right now what that is. Hold on, I'll look at the invoice that I paid for me Modu case. One moment. I will do that in the background.
John asked me what was the PlayStation 1/3 Joker. No, that one's been out for a while, John. I've had this PlayStation Joker for probably like 6 months to more, 6 months to 8 months, for a while. But so Nathan, what do you think about this JND Studios Joker?
Well, I was quite impressed till Justin burst the bubble.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Dude, everyone here is very honest, Nathan. So I love that. We have a good dialogue.
No, I did when I was looking at it before Justin said, I did think the hair was overly green.
A little bit.
But because I wasn't sure whether this was the one you were talking about earlier about having rooted hair.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if this was rooted or sculpted. And then you said it was rooted, and I'm like, well, I mean, it's pretty impressive. It looks very good, and I think if you didn't know the specifics in terms of being quite bright.
Yeah.
Am I echoey?
No, I don't hear any echo.
Okay. I know I just can hear myself.
Oh,
a slight delay in my.
Justin, did you find the case, by the way? Sorry.
I think it's the 6th 98. In the picture, I love the pictures on the websites. In the picture, they have a Hulkbuster in there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Mark 42s above him.
Okay. Well, the Hulkbuster is like 24 inches or something.
Correct. It's so the internal height is 38.58. So you can easily fit most third scales, unless it's someone overly big. So I'm pretty sure that's what I have here. The biggest statue that I have is this Batman on the gargoyle. And he fits in there absolutely no problem. So you will be fine. You should be fine with a 698. The measurements are on the website anyway. So go to the Moducase website and have a look at the 698. It's the tall one, not the long one. It goes vertically. Anyway, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, when I finally eventually get around to doing the tour. I need to look up the names of all these because people will ask me in the comments. I'm just like, Justin, what's that one? And I need to be able to tell them.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see the inner dimensions for that are 36 inches. That's probably what I need. The depth it doesn't have much depth though. 16 inches depth.
Yeah, it's more than enough for the gargoyle here. The gargoyle's got a pretty decent amount of depth, and there's still room. So I think you will be fine. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, for most things. Okay.
For most statues, if you're getting like what's that guy, the Lord of the Rings guy? If you're getting that tall
Sauron,
guy,
yeah, right.
him, then you're gonna struggle. But for most things, I think you should be okay.
Okay. So, sorry, Nathan, go ahead. But what do you think about this, Heath? Is this something you would pick up or probably not? Because I know you're mostly Star Wars, but...
I probably wouldn't pick it up. But again, like I was saying about the Batman, like if you're a DC fan, it's obviously there's a lot of Heath Ledger Joker stuff. So you have to obviously pick the one that would you prefer. But I think this is almost a no-brainer for a quarter scale.
It's third scale, but
third scale, even wow.
It's pricey. It's $2,500 shipped. So it's
okay.
Yeah. It's
so if obviously that's if you're on a budget, then this probably isn't the one for you. But because obviously there are other options out there, aren't there? Quite a lot of Heath Ledger's Joker stuff. But yeah, it's a great piece, and if you can afford it, and you're a DC fan, then 100%, why not go for it?
Dude, it's really incredible. But it's definitely for the ultimate Heath Ledger fan like myself that just loves the Joker, because there's a lot of money to drop on one piece. I mean, I know, Justin, you were looking at the quarter scale Queen. The rooted hair version, I think, is maybe like $1,100-$1,200, but then the sculpted hair is like $600-$700. So it's
down here.
Yeah, maybe not in Australia, but in the states, But so it's a value thing. But so, brother cousins, what do you think about this Heath Ledger Joker from JND?
So the bank robber Joker from Hot Toys was my first Hot Toys purchase ever. I think I said that on like so many videos and stuff. So the Heath Ledger Joker always holds a special place in my heart. This JND Studios bus is amazing. It's simply amazing. It looks great. I see it. It looks lifelike. One thing that Justin pulled out that makes a lot of sense, the hair is off. That's where it kind of falls off. I think the clothes are great. The weathering on the clothes looks spot on. The face sculpt, all that.
But that Cheetos dust on the vest right there, though. Look at that.
Joker loves the Cheetos. It's fine.
He does. Yeah. That's where the red
He's
comes
a madman. Yeah, that's
right.
It's Cheeto scars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the Queen Studios, I think Queen Studios takes the cake. I think I'm looking at the Queen Studios. What is this? The one?
The quarter scale.
The quarter scale. Yeah. This is more. The hair is more accurate. It looks like a picture. It looks like a picture from the set. It doesn't even look like a statue at all. It looks way more lifelike. This looks good too. I think it's a little soft in the face sculpt. I'm clicking like y'all can see my mouse, but right in the middle where the face sculpt is, it's a little the paint apps are a little soft right there. I think it could be a little more detail in there, a little darker. But it's supposed to look like his makeup has been, smushed off and everything in battle or whatever. So I get that, but both of them look good. You can't go wrong with either one, in my opinion, honestly. How much is the Queen Studios?
The quarter scale artist edition, which I think is sold out now pretty much everywhere. I think I paid like maybe $1,300, and it's quarter scale. Oh. So that's because I had to get it from what's the company? Primo Collectibles in like
Primo.
They're in
That's a great name.
Primo.
There you go.
Yeah, they're in like Malaysia or something like that.
People are so mad at me. I apologize, but I'm not. Actually, no, I don't apologize.
No,
That's my
it's your opinion. Don't apologize.
Art is subjective. After all, Will didn't like the Eternals. I really did like the Eternals. It's the same thing with this statue. Will likes it. I don't like it. So I don't apologize for my opinion, but you don't have to agree with me. As long as you like it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. But Justin, some of your points are valid. Like the hair is too green, no doubt about it. I mean, it's too green. Like in the film, like you said, it had like a blonde green tint to it. Like it was like Heath Ledger's normal blonde hair with a little bit of green in there. This
did
is
it
like
himself,
pretty green.
I believe. He dyed it himself. I think
did
was
he?
what they were saying. Yeah, I think that's what they were saying when
That makes sense,
those behind the
'cause-
scenes things. He was kind of method actory, so that makes
Right.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're right though. To me, the face sculpt looks dead on. Maybe I don't know. Maybe seeing it in person would be different. The skin is a little pink, nothing crazy,
Yeah.
but a little oversaturated there. The hair looks fine to me in terms of the rooting of the hair in the head.
Oh, the rooting looks great.
I think that looks, I think that's
Yeah.
fine to me. But the hair, it's interesting. They said in the video, guys, that they made the hair a little bit longer. I'm not sure why. It looks a little too long to now. Like it looked in the back a little too long. But
he didn't say why.
no, he was just saying to be more accurate. They made it a little bit
Oh.
longer. So I don't know. Maybe it's still fine. It doesn't bother me. It's not 100%, but to me, it's like a 98%. Like I'm very happy with this.
Yeah.
This is going to be probably, this along with Pennywise is probably going to be my favorite piece in my collection. I can predict that now. I mean, this is my most anticipated piece by far. Like I've always wanted this one. I almost bought two, which was going to be crazy because I would have been
Whoa.
broke. Yeah, I would have had no
Whoa,
money.
Will.
But yeah, because
Why?
then you could have put one with the knife, one with the gun, but they're too similar, so I decided not to do it.
I like how in the video they say we can't show him with the gun for licensing
Yeah.
issues, and then in the very next clip they show him with the gun. So it's like,
Warner
screw
Bros
that.
is like, y'all are done. We're cutting y'all. Yeah, they showed him with the gun, like right there.
Yep.
Warner's like, we're not going to show you that, but we're going to show it to you.
But we're gonna show you anyway. Oh, yes.
So-
Did they say the gun was metal? I think
I
he said it was
don't
metal.
think so. Did he?
No? Okay, I don't know. He
don't
said
think
something
so.
about metal.
But for sure, you're going to want to pose him with the gun. I mean, for sure. I mean,
Of course.
The knife is cool, but the gun, that's the street scene with the gun. So,
Come on now.
come on. You need the gun. So, Leo, what do you think about this JND Heath?
Didn't we talk about it? Didn't I
don't
talk
think
about
so.
it already?
I don't
Yeah,
think
I
so,
did.
did we?
Remember?
That's the shot I was talking about.
Oh,
with
this.
the,
Oh, yeah, Leo. This was
the hair.
before. I think this was before. Maybe. I think we talked about it just briefly. This is before they did the unboxing. The reason
Oh,
I brought
okay.
it up again is because it was unboxed and they showed the final product. Where
No.
before we were looking at protos and
I
stuff.
like it. I mean, like I said, I mean, again, I mean, you'll find that I'm not as critical as other people are. You know what I mean? Like I don't. I'm not really like.
I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. I'm sorry.
No,
No, it's cool.
I'm
It's
the same
cool.
way. You know, how I am. I'm critical. So.
No, I'm just not. I mean, I'm just because the thing is, it's like I guess it's because I'm not really as vested in the character, so I'm not going to pick out those flaws because I didn't really see them. You know, I wasn't really, watching the film. I was just all about the, just the spectacle of the film itself, the storyline, whatever. So those smaller details, I'm not going to really pick out. You know what I mean? I'm just going to look at it, as a piece that I think is amazing. And like I said, I mean, everybody's point's valid. Like, I mean, but you would know more about it than I would because, I mean, I'm not really as vested in the character to really know, if the hair is just overly green, if they've, saturated the tailoring too much with Cheetos. You know what I mean? Like,
Look, you can see it right there. Look at the
no, I
Cheetos.
know. No, but
What are they
yeah,
doing?
I'm not really as, do I think it's a brilliant piece? Yes, it's not a piece that I'm going to have in my collection, but that's not to take away from the simple fact that it's amazing. It's just, I mean, space wise, I know I wouldn't have it. It just wouldn't work. So you already know how that goes.
Right. Yeah. But it's amazing. So, Leo, this next one we're going to get into, I know you're going to love a little bit more.
I hope so, Will.
So, because this is one.
Because you haven't really,
Come on, Will.
I hope so, Will.
Hey, because this one is going to be quite nice for a lot of people. And this is coming very early. And Leo, I'm going to start with you on this one. We're going to watch some batteries be installed. We're going to watch a bunch of other things. But this is the XM Studios Darth Revan.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
this is dropping way early. Way
Yeah.
early. I mean, I think it was supposed to come out like middle of next year or something.
And when is
So,
it dropping?
like by the end of the year, I would think. I mean, they're
Yeah.
already unboxing it. Like, I mean, it's incredible. So I'm gonna pull up a shot of him actually, so we can see him. There we go. So Leo,
Yeah.
what do you think about this Revan? How do you think it came out?
I think what we always how we thought it would be, and I think just this, it looks better than the prototype. Like to me, it does. It looks way better than the prototype. I think that they've dedicated a lot to the the paint app, of course, just the detail. I mean, again, the base is on point. I can say nothing wrong about it. I cannot wait to have this piece because of this. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, should we have actually gotten the 2-pack, bro? Or you know what I mean, whatever. Like, but I
I
mean,
don't think so.
I mean, look, if it's still available, I'll definitely think about getting it. But I'm so happy about this purchase. I think that they've gone all out to make sure that the production on this was amazing. Um, and yeah, man, I can't wait. I definitely can't wait. Now they put the batteries in, so that saying that we got some light up sabers coming, bro?
I don't think so. I think the base lights up.
You think it's just mainly the base?
Yeah, I think it's the base. I think they showed. Let's see. Hold on. The base that lights up. See on the bottom of the base.
Okay.
The
Well,
lights
you know
there.
what? Still, because you can actually get the sabers customized if you
Yeah,
wanted
you
to.
could. You could get.
So
like
I'm
a
not even
CFL
stressing that. Even if I decide not to, still it's a brilliant piece. I like this. Especially if I'm taking photos, I'll do a lot of mine in editing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
I it's brilliant. Like I love this piece, bro. When they first made the announcement that they were dropping it, it was a no brainer. I mean, it was
You
just,
and I
it
roll
was
over it. Yeah.
it was just instant right then and there. Like, you know what I mean? I knew it was coming, I mean, and we were just extremely excited about it. So yeah, it's an instant 10 out of 10 for me. I'm just saying that right now. It's an instant 10 out of 10. All things subjective, but I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So, and I think, Leo, I'm going to use both lightsabers. I like, the problem is this is one of those with the switch outs so that I really like both poses. So
Yeah.
it's going to be tempting either way, but the both lightsabers I do like. But
Yeah, hell yeah.
we got to convince Nathan. So, Nathan, with this Revan, I know you said you haven't, I don't think you played KOTOR, right?
So yeah, so I haven't played it because when it first came out, it was on Xbox, and I've always been a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
And then I never got around to playing it again.
Oh, man,
but I
Nathan,
will.
You gotta play this, bro.
But-
You
but-
have to play this game, bro.
But they are obviously they're remastering it, aren't they, or re-releasing it
yeah.
on PS5? So 100% will be playing it then. I love the look of him though. I've always liked the look of him. I think he's got like Assassin's Creed vibes. It just looks. I know, yeah, it looks good, and I maybe would be more tempted if maybe if it was like Hot Toys did it, because then it would be cheaper. But yeah, no, I'm not being convinced on another statue, because that happened to me last night on Rogue One 6. And they convinced me to buy a statue. So I need to chill on the statue side.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, it looks. I love anything Star Wars pretty much, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks great, and like I said, it does have that sort of Assassin's Creed vibes, and the mixture of that and the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
And both the lightsabers look cool.
Yeah. They do red and purple. So
Red and purple, you don't get that combination.
See, I'm
very
gonna have to
often.
get that Malik, bro. I honestly believe I'm gonna have to get Malik.
You might, Leia. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to, but I want to see you do it.
Wasn't it cheap?
I want to live vicariously through you.
Wasn't it like didn't they do a deal or something on the
They
two?
did
You've got the
2-pack.
two-pack,
Yeah, it
and
was a 2-pack.
cheaper.
Yeah, it was a 2-pack that they actually did. But I just pulled the trigger. I'm not Trevor. I pulled the trigger on Revan because it was just it was a no-brainer, and I think I connect more so with Revan's story. I connected with his story more than I did Malik. But now that I see it, and when I think about it, it's like I should go back and get that Malik.
Yeah, it is pretty nice. But so, Justin, I want to hear your thoughts on this because I know you have not played the game, right?
Yeah, I don't know who this is actually.
Leia, we
I
gotta
haven't played the
get him.
game. Actually, no, it's a lie. I played like 5 minutes of the game back when it was out, and then I was like, yeah, I really don't like RPGs. See you later. So I turned it off. So I wouldn't. It's not like one that I would ever play. I just don't like RPGs. I don't like that style of gameplay. It's just not for me. And some people really don't understand that, but
That's fair.
I can't get into it. I just can't get into it. Anyway. But that being said, this character design looks badass. I like the purple saber, like the red saber, like the copper colored armor. This thing looks awesome, but just not knowing who it is, I can't say that that's one that I would ever buy. I don't have any Star Wars statues. I was very tempted yesterday. So there's a local store that I go to in Melbourne.
It's breaking my heart every time he opens his mouth. It's literally breaking my
Sorry,
heart,
I'm
bro.
sorry. There's a local store I went to in Melbourne called Lobo's Collectibles, and they always treat me really nicely, and their owner is awesome. And I trade stuff in there, so any stuff that I buy and I don't want to keep in the collection, I will bring it there to trade in for something that I do want to add to the collection. They have Star Wars statues there. And, I had my little eye going around the store, just having a look. They had a couple of Boba Fett's. Boba Fett's my guy.
Nice.
So I was tempted. So if I ever get a Star Wars statue, it's probably going to be Boba.
Okay.
But this guy looks badass. I love the pose and the fact that you can switch out that arm with the red lightsaber. Even
I'm not
more
coming
badass.
back on until he pre-orders the statue. I'm not showing my face again.
Justin, I will say
if
though,
he's not going to pre-order a statue, I'm not showing.
I know you don't love them, but I do have the premium format Boba from Sideshow. It is really nice.
You do? Yes, you
Yes.
do. And someone that I know has actually taken that premium format and converted it into a figure. And you might be thinking, why would they do that? You can just get the Hot Toys one. Well, the Hot Toys one is Return of the Jedi. And my favorite Boba is Empire. So I'm tempted to try and do that myself. And then have a quarter scale Empire Boba. That'd be awesome.
Get this statue first.
Maybe.
Lay out your conscience right now.
Oh my
Your
god.
conscience
Oh
talking
my
to you.
god.
So,
But no, really, like you should, because rumor has it.
Because I don't know
that
it, so I need
Well, rumor has it that Keanu Reeves they were looking at him to play.
yeah,
this
Keanu Reeves
character,
might play
so,
Revan. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, okay.
See the
Okay, he's
symbolism
gonna come
there?
in. He's gonna be
That would be
the
the
Star
perfect
Your
Wars.
brother. Your brother.
Your
after
brother, Keola?
all. So brother cousins, what do you think about this Revan?
Oh man, Revan is cool.
He's gonna say something smart.
I'm not a big fan. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry.
Leo, we're just getting hurt tonight, man.
Sorry.
It's all right.
At least we got
Sorry.
Nathan kind of in the middle. He's got us
Although I
somewhere in the
will,
middle.
although I will say, this piece is awesome. It looks great. I like the fact that it has switch out arms. The only thing that kills it for me is the lightsabers not lighting up. That's a
agreed.
fail. That's a fail. Come on, lights at the bottom. That's a little lame. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He
without
needs,
the
he
lightsaber.
needs light
It's a
up
good
sabers.
piece.
You're right.
He does. He should have
Yeah.
had light up, especially for the price. It's like $1,000 for a quarter scale.
Yeah.
Will,
Yeah.
come on now.
What?
Come on now, Will. You paid
Wait.
$2,500 for a Joker
No, but
that has no lights. Come on now.
yes, but it's silicone and it's amazing.
Just
face
that,
sculpt and
just
rooted
this
hair.
little,
just the head.
just
the most
face.
important part.
Just the face, and then underneath
Right.
is this piece of plastic. But that's fine. That's fine.
That's
We'll
all that
allow-
matters.
we'll
Is the
allow-
face.
we'll
The
allow.
face is what matters.
Oh my god. God.
Yeah, it's not about what's on the inside, Justin. It's what's on the outside. That's what they say about love, right? So, so it's
Oh my God,
it's
nobody
the physical
listens to Will.
attraction is the first thing. So the Joker, it makes sense. The head sculpt is the thing you care about the most. So,
Yeah.
so
Oh
brother
my
cousin,
God.
sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it. I mean, I think the pose is great. I think the look of he looks great. That armor looks dope. I mean, he has shelf presence. Wherever you put him in your room, people's eyes are going to draw right to him. So, overall, it's a good piece, but the lighting function, that's what totally kills it for me. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. Makes sense. So, guys, moving on from this topic, we're gonna get into our core topics of the night.
Will's like, get the hell out of here.
No, I think we got everyone's thoughts on it. I mean, it's I think we have a mixed panel, like with what we did with Joker, right? Like we have like some people who are like, it's Joker, it's Batman. We've seen a lot of those, but then some are really excited for it and really excited by it. So that's why I think it's great because we have good discussion.
A good mix. A good
yeah,
mix
exactly.
is always what
It's
you need.
hey,
No,
if
we're
we try-
shaken, not stirred.
Exactly. By the way, so we'll have to talk about this. I'll leave that a little bit later. So let's start with this actually, because I'll get into that, what I want to get into a little bit later. But this is a very broad question. I like part of the show. The way I've tried to make it is there's so many shows out there, live streams that do just the news, right? They do just the news, or maybe some topics here and there that are a little bit different. But this I like to get very philosophical. That's why I put a philosopher in the thumbnail. I have no idea who it was.
You don't
but
know who
was
it
a
is?
statue.
Okay.
I looked up philosophy and that statue came up, so I just put it in the thumbnail. So
There you go.
yeah, that's all I needed. So what is the best part of collecting for you? And you can answer this in another way. The one way I don't want people to answer is to say the collectibles. You can't say the collectibles. The best part of collecting, whether it's the community, whether it is trading things in and out, whether it's selling, whether it's buying, like what is the best part of collecting for you? I mean, it's easy to say, well, I guess you can kind of say appreciating your collectibles, but I want to hear like, what is the best maybe side effect or byproduct of collecting that you like the most? What makes you want to keep collecting? So I'll start with you, Leo, on this one.
For me, it's reimagining. And what I mean by that is just like, I like to, I mean, it's just the art of it. The art of having a piece. Again, we always talk about nostalgia, but I want to take it a bit further. It's like having a piece whereas you can say, okay, I am in complete control of what, I see out of this figure. Like, I mean, I wish that this figure could have done this, or this particular scene could have actually happened. Recreating certain scenes that have never taken place before, but you can just imagine or seeing something like that happening. But I mean, for me, it's just, again, collecting pieces where I can, just create. And the thing is, it's like, again, I know a lot of people do, and that's fine, but I don't collect pieces that I don't like. I don't collect pieces that don't really speak to me in a way that, I've had a, more so of connection to these pieces based off of, films that I might have been connected to, certain IPs, comic books, stuff like that. I collect because I have that connection, to these pieces. A lot of pieces that a lot of people would not actually like or get, I'd get. Case in point, a lot of people didn't really they didn't like the, Electro from Spider-Man. I liked the look of the figure. I mean, I like the look of the character. The film may have been totally off kilter, but I like the look of the character. So, I got that figure, and I wanted to kind of recreate certain things. So I think for me is having a piece of something that I love, being able to create. Also, it is the community. The simple fact that a lot of us are here because it is a segue away from the reality that we know. We've developed great relationships with individuals. We're allowed to come in and fellowship and talk. I mean, I couldn't have these discussions with anyone outside of this. And the thing is like a lot of my friends are geeks, but none of them collect. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. Like a lot of them aren't. So to have, a community where we can actually fellowship and have these discussions. Like I've never seen any of you guys in person, none of us, but I feel like we've known each other for years because this is what we've developed. We've been able to come in and, get to know each other through collecting pieces. And, even like on a personal level where we see each other more as family than we do anything else. You know what I mean? So I think that's what I love about it. And the thing is crazy because honestly, like when I think about it, there's no other place I would rather be than here with you guys and talking about collecting. And that's real. That is 100% real.
Yeah, so. I agree, man. That's an amazing answer, Leo. That one's hard to follow up.
Yeah.
And we're going to go with Brother Cousins. He's going to go next. Because you are next in line on the panel here. And I feel like I'm asking you guys interview questions, but I didn't get anyone's resume. So feel free to send those over to me.
You can have mine, Will.
Okay, send me over your resume, Justin. I'll have my agent look it over, so it's fine. My assistant. So, Brother Cousin, what's the best part of collecting for you?
Oh man, that was great, Leo. You almost had me in tears over there. I was like,
I know, man, seriously, like no place you'd rather be, man. Incredible.
Yeah. One of the things I look forward to collecting is the displaying. The idea of when I get a figure, how am I going to arrange it with other figures? What case am I going to display it? Am I going to put it in a DTOF? I build my own cases. So am I going to build something for it like a big piece like a Grogu or a statue or something like that? Those are the things that make me really appreciate the collection. At the end of every night, at the end of a long day, what I do is I come in here, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 figures, repose them, set them back in the cases, and just look at them and just marvel at them because they're pieces of art. It's like, going to an art gallery anyway. And I've even had friends come over my house and say, hey, can I go to Madame Tussauds? I'm like, don't call it Madame Tussauds. I think my collection's better than that. Yeah. So people will come over and they'll just look at it and we'll just talk about the movies. And like you said, the community is a part of it as well, because then you look at these pieces and you talk about all those great moments in movies and stuff. So it's just, it's definitely the displaying. Another thing I like is I like the rush of getting another piece in, going, finding out where I'm gonna buy it from. Well, I'm gonna buy it from Toys Wonderland, or I'm gonna buy it from Pop, or I'm gonna do this, and then I wait for it to get here, and then it comes and tracking the shipping. Even that can be irritating. I like that part too, and I know that's kind of weird, but I do like.
It's the hunt.
It's like a little present, every other week. Like, oh, I got a new present coming. It's like being a kid on Christmas. So, yeah, I like that part of it too. So.
That's also a really good answer, Justin. I know you got 2 good answers to follow up here. What's the best part of collecting for you?
This might be an eye roll moment for people, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The content, not my content.
Okay.
I love seeing how creative people can be with these things because, like you all both said, they are pieces of art. And seeing how creative people can be, whether it comes to posing, whether it comes to their review content, whether it comes to showcase videos, whether it comes to displaying, whether it comes to collection tours, I love what this does for people's creativity. And I know that we all feed off that. We all watch each other's videos. We all watch everyone else's videos. I know it's the first thing that I do when I get up in the morning, as I go to YouTube subscription feed and I scroll on through. And you'll probably find me watching mostly toy reviews.
Yeah.
But, that's what we love to do, is to sit back and get other people's opinions. It's so collaborative. And that's what I love, is that we all have different opinions, as you have seen multiple times in this very stream. But we can still all talk about it, and we can still appreciate what everyone else has to say, except for maybe me, which, I apologize. I apologize. But that's what I love, is the content that is born from figures. Because it's not just, I've got this cap here, job done, right? Pop it in the display, that's it. It's how creative we can be when we start getting at our cameras, photography, videos. That is what I love.
Yeah, that's fair. So Nathan, I want to get your thoughts on this too. What's the best part of collecting for you?
Well, for me, you could probably guess. I love making the dioramas for them, really. And I'm excited when I've got a new figure on order, or they announce a new figure, and I'm like, oh my god, I can put that figure in this display. Like Lando, for instance, when they announced Lando, I was like, great, I've got the carbon freezing chamber diorama. I can put him in that. And I really want. I've made Force Awakens one with Kylo and Rey in there, and it's just, and yeah, the Endor one. I'm like even more so aching for a Endor Han, because I want him to go into my Endor display. And it's just like I was saying earlier, like I love being creative with it, and like making these dioramas and enhancing in my opinion, it enhances the figures. And I just, like I said earlier, I did it during lockdown for something to sort of do, basically. And it makes the displays pop more, and you can, I know you do it sometimes, Leo, like you create a scene and you recreate a scene from the film. Like I've got, different jewels and different, parts of, all the sort of empty ones I've got here. I've got plans for each and every one of them on what diorama to make, and sometimes that changes, but I've got at least 5 on my list of ones to make. I need to get started, but
so creative things bring out the creativity in you.
Yeah,
exactly. I don't know if I've said before, but I'm a barber, and I'm quite, I'm good with my hands, so to say. So I like being creative, and I like doing stuff like that, like the art side of it. So for me, that's the main thing, and I just like you guys have said, like just love getting the figures in, and be able to appreciate it, just look at the works of art that they are, and I love, and again, I love the community. I love doing stuff like this. Like I wouldn't like come on these live streams.
Yeah.
Help me get through the lockdown because we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So coming on these, it was actually it helped me a lot, and obviously now like my first time on Will's channel, like it's good to sort of you make new friends that people like you said, Leo, like people you've never met before.
Yeah.
But people that you feel like like I've never even been on a live stream with you guys, but I feel like I know you.
Exactly.
I talk to Will quite a lot, but
Yeah.
I watch your reviews all the time, Justin, and I know like
Thank you.
It might be a bit weird, but I feel like I know you, even though you've never spoke to me even in your life. But it's just like I listen to the live streams. You feel like you know these people, and it's like it's good to do stuff like this, and it's just something different. It's just different. You can shut off from your stress of work or your stress of normal day-to-day life, and you can just come into your collection room and just chill and relax and anyway, sorry, I went on a bit there, but
no, it's okay. It's good stuff. So I just want to address something real quick before we move on to this.
Please do.
I'm going to address
Please
the
do.
person, but I put the user in timeout. So everyone in the chat has been super nice and supportive. So guys, please, if you're going to drop any hate comments or anything like that, just please go somewhere else. Not that we don't want your viewership, but if you're going to be like that, we don't want you here. So,
I think you need to. It needs to be more than 5 minutes, bro. I think you need.
Yeah,
and
well,
I'm being completely honest.
If he continues, we'll get blocked. So we'll give
I
him
think
another shot. But
I don't see you're a better man than me because plain and simple. Because we're a community where we come together, we fellowship.
Right.
This is what we do. We come together, we fellowship, and for a person, anyone who has an opinion, that's fine. Like if you have an opinion, that's in all of us. We have a difference of opinion when it comes to the figures collecting, but at the same time, even though we agree to disagree with certain things, we are still all brothers. And everybody in the community, we do appreciate you. We love you guys coming through as always. But Terry, if you're listening, and I'm pretty sure you are, and I'm just a blunt person, plain and simple, that was ill-advised. And you can call me an old ass if you want to, because you really don't know me. And God bless you that you don't. But I'll just basically tell you this right off the back, it was ill-advised. And that type of behavior is not welcome on any stream. Definitely not welcome on mine.
Yeah,
so if you want to actually go and say whatever you need to do on my channel, that's completely fine, because I can take it. But I don't stand by and watch other people get attacked on my watch.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much for that, bro.
Right.
Will, you can continue, my man.
Oh, no worries, man. I put him in timeout. So like I said, Terry, like if you continue with that, you're gonna get blocked. So because Justin's a friend of ours, and we all need to be respectful and play. Even when
and
we
don't
disagree.
worry, Terry. I can absolutely take criticism. So it's not about us not wanting criticism, but what you're giving is not criticism. It's just being nasty for the sake of being nasty. The stupid comment about I like every Hot Toys figure. So what if I? Who cares what I like? Because all that matters is what you like. When you watch my videos, who cares if I like the head sculpt but you don't? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I like because I am my own person just as much as you are. Right. I'm not here for you to agree with me. I'm here to show you the damn toy and give you my opinion.
I don't know how many times you said that, Justin. He said it all the time, and it's like
I think it's just not even worth the. It's not even worth the airtime because
because you just basically get these people who come in and number one probably aren't collectors themselves, and I don't want to actually make that assumption. But when you say stuff like that, it doesn't. Come on, man. I mean, look, it was an attack. I'm just going to blatantly say that's what it was. It wasn't about collecting. It was an attack, but an attack on an individual that you don't even know. You don't know this individual. So why do things like that? Like it makes me sad for people out there that I mean, look, if you don't like this stream, like you can click out and click on something else. Like watch Bob the Builder or something like that. I don't know.
Not Bob Builder,
like
no.
Come on, man. Like, I mean, this is not the space for it. Like, it really isn't, man. Like, seriously. It's a holiday season. We're talking about collecting. We have a great panel, a great group of individuals out there in the chat. Let's just keep that going.
Yeah, we're unified. And
there's enough negativity out there. We want to be positive.
Absolutely. We want to promote that. So I agree with you guys. So Big Collector, thank you so much for dropping a super chat. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Hey, guys, a little late to the party. Sorry late getting to your super chat. Louis Lebitz also dropped another one. Lewis Smith said, "This is an amazing community. All of you on the stream, people I met in the chat. Please, these past years, much love and respect to you all." Thank you so much, Lewis. It means the world. Seriously, you guys, for your support. It's funny. Joe said, "If anyone's attacked, it's obviously Will." Exactly. That's my thing. Yeah, like Leonard said, give it a troll too much. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the next one. This is a really good question too. We talked about this. I know you guys, this was a common theme in your answers, right? So, and the reason I thought about this is because I worked with my mom today, actually, and we started priming my big
I saw your
glass
story,
case.
Will.
Yes, Justin.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share this real quick. So it's very in progress right now. I was showing Nathan before the stream. So basically, what I did was my mom and I were painting these black, right? But we had to prime them. We started just trying to paint them black. It was not working very well. So we needed to prime it first. I'm not sure what they originally painted them with, but they were like a cream type color. I think
enamel, probably enamel.
I think so. We're going to leave the internal not black. We're just going to paint the outside black and see how that goes. I kind of would like the contrast. I think that would be pretty cool. So things like that, like painting them different colors or moving them around or, changing your displays up. So this is just an example. These are going to be painted black. So right now it's a little rough looking, but you get the idea, right? The idea basically is switching up your display, whether it be poses, whether it be how you order your figures, whether it be the Moducases cases versus DTOFs or whatever, right? How important do you guys find that is? So Justin, I'll start with you on this one. I know you got Moducases cases, and I know it's reinvigorated your collection, right?
I will honestly. I don't change stuff up as much as I should. CJEFC for life asked me if I'm planning to put backgrounds in. Stuff like that can do a big. It can go a long way to being a big improvement to your display. I've found. I would love to put backgrounds in, but due to the nature of how I have it set up, like this shelf is DC solo movies, so like Aquaman, Man of Steel. I've got BVS in the middle. I don't know if one backdrop could service all three, but I mean, stuff like that can go a long way to upgrading your collection and switching it up. Switching it up is always fun. When I moved everything into this room, I was able to space stuff out the way I always wanted to space it out and do stuff the way I always wanted to do it, which I was never able to do before. And you're right, Will. It did reinvigorate the love, just a little bit, because I don't really all that often come and change up the poses, which I should. Like Brother Cousin said, he sits back, he changes the pose, puts it back in the display. I love that. And I need to do more of that. But I just get so overwhelmed when I come in here. I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I even start? But it starts with one. You come in and you change up one, and then you come back in the next day and change up another one. Eventually, they will all be done. It's like the ship of Theseus,
Yeah.
So that's what I want to work on personally as a collector, is when I come into this room, when I'm filming video, when I'm doing something, I'm going to work on switching something up, whether it's the placement of something, whether it's the posing, whether it's an accessory, because I think that will help me personally appreciate what I have more. And, we're always looking to do that. We're always thinking about the next thing. We're always thinking about the next figure, but sometimes we forget about the figures that we already own. Like just recently, I reviewed the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Andrew Garfield figure, and I had no idea that you could remove that masked head and use the unmasked head that came with the first figure. I didn't know that they were compatible until I decided for some reason to do a re-review, a retro review of it, and I figured that out, and now he's standing with the Andrew Garfield head sculpt on, just in case we see him in a little movie that's coming out. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
Possible. And I know, Leo, you're the king of this, switching up your display, getting poses, creating a scene, creating a diorama. How important is it to you? Even to change lighting, to change, orientation of the figures, the poses. How often do you do that?
I just did it. It was crazy because me and John last night, because we were actually just we're talking and posing up a couple of figures and stuff like that. So I reposed Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I was like, yo, like I love the way it looked. And so it took me a while though, because I had to stand. The dynamic stand was a tad bit too high, so I couldn't fit the wings in. So I had to bring her down slightly, readjust the actual stand. And then, I got it in the actual DTOF for right now, because I can't put the module cases with everything I already have in there right now, or in a space that I have reserved for other figures. But I do it all the time. Like I reposed, Finn and Ray. I went back and reposed both Black Widow, and
I always get confused. Lael, I mean,
that
I'm right
too.
there with
it
you.
just
I
it
always
happens,
switch
right?
it.
Because of the
Always.
name.
Yep.
Because of the name,
Yes.
you can't help it.
Yep.
So I repost both, Black Widow and because I'm just messing up on
Wasp?
names. And nah, Black Widow and
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye.
Your
Yeah.
nerd card is being
Thank
revoked.
you. It is being revoked because I'm just my space is clouded. But yeah, I just always go back and repost the figures, just because I'm looking for certain scenes, or like I told you, reimagining, because I have them two posed in a DTOF along with Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. So it's like, I'm just creating just certain things, that it's important, because sometimes you get bored of what you see, and it's like when you go, you might want to tweak certain things, or what it is. I think of of pieces when I see them. I'm like, okay, these are some of the poses that when I first got these figures, this is the pose. So when you get more advanced at posing, you go back and like, what the hell was I thinking? Like, this symmetrically does not look right at all. So let me go back and just tweak it and fix it a bit. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm finding. You know what? It was crazy, because like a lot of my figures, I never even knew I could actually pull off a torso twist. You know what I mean? Just tweak,
Right.
And now that you know that you can, you just go back and just, make those subtle little changes to kind of make it look different. So it's like, yeah, like I just look at it, I'm like, damn, what was I thinking? I was so preschool back then when I was just posing these figures. And it's like you get more advanced, and then you get creative also with the stands, because the dynamic stand, again, we have the crotch grabbers, we have the dynamic stands, but sometimes you can use them in a way that it doesn't have to just, it doesn't have to, you don't limit it to what the actual use of it was for. You can kind of just, use them. Like for me, I don't even like to use like the claw grabber. Sometimes I put the legs in between, or I'll actually just use them in a totally different way that doesn't, it's not leaning towards, damaging the figure whatsoever, especially if I want to pull off a certain pose. So yeah, I mean, it's to me, it's always a constant thing. Like almost every other day, I'm changing something, tweaking certain things, and just moving certain things around. And then all of a sudden you have to also do it just for spacing as well. Like you might pose it a certain way so you can get another figure in there, just like move some space around. Exactly. But you want to do it where it's tasteful enough, and you're not taking away from what the purpose for it is. Now, like right now, I have to find, like, I have Hoth Leia. Because I couldn't, there was a space that I couldn't. The thing is, I'm funny about this, because I won't put her in a DTOF with New Hope Han. I won't. I don't care what everybody else does. I just can't do it because it doesn't look right. It's like, nah, you're taking two totally different movies, and it's the juxtaposition just doesn't look right to me. So I actually have to put her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the vest, and I'm going to put her in a DTOF with Boba Fett and Han and Carbonite. And I'm just going to have her, I'm going to actually have her on top of the actual platform, caressing the actual stand itself to make it look as though it belongs. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have to. Sometimes you have to do it. So until they release and give us the Bespin Han, Hot Toys, what the hell, man? Until they give us that.
I'm about doing a custom one, actually.
Really? Okay.
You're probably going to have to.
A friend of mine has, he has a few parts that I think are required. And he's willing to trade them to me. I just need to find something to trade with him. So I don't know if I'm going to. I really want to do it because I need a freaking Bespin Han, and I want to do it right. So he's got a Hot Toys Han Solo, because you want the boots, you want the belt, you want the white shirt. I have the Sideshow blue jacket already. And he's got the Space Tracker third-party head sculpt, which I think is one of the best Han Solo head sculpts that you can get.
Oh wow!
Okay.
It sounds like you're gonna do it, Justin.
It sounds like
I already think you made your mind up.
He owes me some money, so maybe I'm thinking
break his kneecaps. Exactly.
I'm thinking.
See, Will, what we thought about him, what we thought about Justin is true.
He's a mob boss.
He's this way on camera, but off camera. Yo, you know who he reminds me of? Family Guy. What was it?
Stewie.
Stewie, bro. You sound just like
Stewie.
Wow.
You've never been compared to Stewie, have you, before, Justin? That's cool.
I don't watch the show, but I know who that is. That little football-headed.
It's a compliment.
Yo, you
Leo's his own favorite critic.
Oh my god.
yo, that's who it is. Finally,
God.
yes, Stewie. That's
By the way, Justin, you're not
Yes.
alone. Other people have said the same. Oh, Toya's announced, by the way. Never Consider Statues now will have a Prime 1 Godzilla bus pre-ordered. See?
Ooh. Yeah, see? Statues.
Leo, Toya
Really?
obviously loved your joke, too. So
Where's my money?
Brian Kirkwood announced Cool Whip. It's a Family Guy reference. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Stewie's an evil genius. Exactly.
Y'all are too much.
Justin, I'm sorry, bro, but if you watch
It's
that
fine.
episode, you sound just like
He owes me some money.
You do.
It's a
Where's my
compliment.
money, man? Where's my money?
Where's my money?
Oh, man.
Where have we gone to? I don't even know.
Yo. Woo.
Oh my God. Okay,
Justin, you
so-
made my
He's
night,
back.
bro.
So,
He's back. He's
so
back.
Nathan, I know
You
you're
made
big
my
into
day.
into posing with your dioramas and lightsabers and all that. How important is switching up your display?
Yeah, so
Oh.
in terms of like switching, like reposing and stuff, I haven't reposed as much as I used to. I used to sort of be like, oh, what one haven't I reposed in a while? And I'll go and like, change accessories around or repose it or something like that. But I think maybe a bit like Leo said, like as you get better at posing, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to change that one now. I like that pose.
Right.
But then, like someone like, for instance, like I had Commander Cody in the Order 66 pose, but now since I got Rex last week, I've put him with Rex, so I've changed his pose up, and yeah, so he's changed up a bit, and then
Oh, we're doing a show and tell.
you know,
Leo,
And you know what? You know what? You're going to end up
Oh.
changing it again once Ahsoka releases.
Ahsoka,
Watch.
yeah, I know,
Yep.
I will be, yeah.
That's right.
I've thought ahead because my girlfriend, when he arrived, she was like, "Well, why haven't you put the head sculpt on it?" I'm like, "Well, he's in battle. He needs his helmet for battle." But I think once Ahsoka arrives, I probably have, because I obviously will change up the end goal with Ahsoka. I'm going to have her with once Clone Wars Maul comes out. I'm going to have the duel, but until he comes out, I'll have her with Rex.
Yeah.
And I'll probably, because if I know that obviously I'm going to have them in a certain pose for a long time, I think, well, I'll make the most of. I'll put Rex's head sculpt on him, so I can make the most of having that up, because I know for the next year or two, I'm going to have him with just his helmet on. So you want to see the head sculpt, but yeah, in terms, I do change up a lot, and it's more like a bit like you said, to make space for other figures. Actually, funnily enough, because I'm going to be selling my incinerator trooper, but I took it out today to take some pictures to put it up for sale, and I had a bit of a repose, and I was like, oh, I quite like this figure.
See,
There you go.
But
Yeah.
it's quite. I went from, because I had him with the sort of the classic with him with the flamethrower,
yeah.
and I've just changed him up, got rid of the flame, and he's just in quite a museum, quite esque pose. Like you can't really see. It's like
Oh, I think I see it. Yeah. You got some
something
nice
like-
troopers in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I got like
Full
four.
screen that. Will, let's have a look.
Oh yeah,
Come
let's
on,
full
man.
screen.
Yeah,
Hold on,
let's
Nathan.
go.
I got you.
Let's
Just,
see,
that's a good
let's
thought.
see,
I want
let's
to.
see. Thank
Let's
you.
see.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's
very
nice.
nice. Those sabers are mighty bright.
Yes.
What,
And I bet
my
they're
boy,
mighty
my
hot
boy
too.
Kylo though did not get the love.
Oh.
Look at my boy Kylo. His lightsaber is.
It's there's an issue with it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah. That's it.
well, I think it's
my boy
I've
some
got,
love.
Technical
Nathan.
difficulties.
well, I've got
It's nice.
Mace
That
Windu.
Maul and Qui-Gon is amazing.
Yeah, I love
Not
it.
even
Great.
Mace has
Yeah.
a light up. Damn.
Yeah, I got Mace done.
Yeah. Oh, look at that
it's
mace,
done.
man.
That is
Oh, we need
cool.
to.
See,
Yeah.
Leo. Yeah, this is
Well,
kind of
that's
like
it.
what yours is like.
That's I kit bash. That's It's what was it? The Saber Master,
Saber
Mace
Master.
Windu, but he had to change out. I had to change the body because the skin tone for the body didn't match
That's real
the
bad.
hair sculpt. And then I got a Hot Toys Qui-Gon belt and put that on him.
Good upgrade.
And then obviously got a saber for him. So yeah, I'm planning to, because that's the once I'm getting a backdrop in soon. It's the arena. He's going to be fighting Jango Fett once Jango comes out.
Nathan, the best part though by far is those Last of Us figures in the bottom.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
those are the best, which I enabled you to buy.
Yes,
So.
he did.
His
but I'm
personal triumph.
Yeah,
I'm still unsure what to do with them. I think because if I make a diorama for them, I will keep them. But if not,
then you got to do
Ooh.
it.
so I'm on the fence with them. But
If you make a diorama, let
well.
me know because I would like to see it and I need one. So
well, I was thinking about sort of making like this size one for them, and maybe putting them up for sale because make the most of having the figures and stuff.
there's a need for Last of Us dioramas for those
I
figures.
did think
so,
that,
yeah.
maybe that'll be my next.
Just make
I
sure
brought
you
a-
include a stop sign with a Firefly logo. That's important. Stop sign with a Firefly logo. We need that
Well,
on there.
well, maybe I'll make one for you again, Will, and then
There we
you
go.
can give me another review, maybe.
Yes. Absolutely. So yeah, but Nathan, I think your display. I think you're after You're a man after Lael's heart. Lael has similar type display and setup in that
Yes.
he creates a scene. He recreates a scene
Yes.
from the film or his own
Yes.
interpretation of that scene or whatever. Like so.
Yes.
Justin and I are a little more museum poses. We're there's
Although-
different types of collectors.
Although I did discover something recently, and this is probably news to no one, that you can rotate the rectangle. I'll get it. Hold on.
Let me solo you, Justin. Hold on.
People are probably going to be like, "Oh, we've seen this years ago, Justin."
See, now he sounds just like
No, he does. He said
he's doing.
If you turn the base on the side,
Damn it, Brian.
look at that.
There you go.
So now I've got a whole bunch more space because
See, I don't think I
taking
put
up-
two and two together with that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Hold up. What did you do? Do it again.
So I've turned it on the side like this, and
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
crotch
yeah.
grabber comes in and hooks them under their tuckus.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
now
Sounds
I've
amazing.
got 4 stormtroopers all running in unison, and yeah, I love it. So I don't
And
know
if you
I'm
have
gonna
a
discover.
dynamic stand, if you have 2 dynamic stands and 1 DSOF, and like I said, I discovered this, you can actually you can actually layer them on top of each other to limit space, to create more space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, brother cousins, how important is switching up your display? Because I know you're the same way. You like recreating a scene. I can see in your background there. I'm going to solo you real quick because I want to see that amazing background. Look at that. Look at that lighting, dude.
That DeLorean looks.
That
so
Chucky,
good.
Justin's not going to like
So classy. Yeah, not the Chucky, but I like everything else.
that. Yeah. Look at that DeLorean. Dude, what is that DeLorean on? Did it come with that? What is that?
No, I actually went to it was a collector on eBay. His name was Tom, and he actually 3D printed the wheel
Tom from
right
MySpace?
there.
Do you remember him?
I just caught that. Oh my
Yeah.
god, no.
If you're old enough, you'll remember that. You'll
Yeah,
remember
that took
him.
me back. Oh man.
Yeah, that's a reference.
So yeah, that's it. He had them for sale. He had the wheels. He 3D printed the wheels, and he put some lights in them. And I just pretty much put some IKEA lights within those wheels
Okay.
and just pulled them off. The trick was getting the actual DeLorean, the wheels that came with the DeLorean, pulled those off. You had to use I made like a suction cup tool to pull like the hubcaps off to get to the screws and just pull them off. So yeah, it took some time to do, but it actually came out real good.
That came out real good. So do you find a lot of joy in like switching up the collection and like really putting a diorama display together?
All the time. That's what I live for in putting the collection and doing the collection. And one thing you guys been saying, to make room for changing up the poses, to make room for figures. Yeah, I had to do that all this week. I just got Professor Hulk, and it's funny because I had Iron Patriot. I had him all posed up like this with the guns and had Rocket on the side of him. And he just looked good by himself, but I had to turn him and change up that pose a little bit just to get Professor Hulk in there, and it worked great. So yeah, I do a lot of changing up because I get bored. That's the thing. And anybody that has like a big collection, you know that you'll have something, and a month to 6 months, you'll look at it, you'll be like, I'm a little tired of it. But then I don't know if you guys have done this before. I will buy a new figure, pose that new figure, and be like, oh, that looks cool. Then I'll go to one that I probably have for maybe about a year or so, repose that, and my eye will be drawn to the old figure that I reposed. That's what I love about Hot Toys so much, because it's like when you change the pose, you have a new figure every time.
SJC said he wanted to see the background one more time, so I'm showing that for you, SJC. Dude, I love that Terminator setup, man. I really wish I was collecting when T1000 came out, because I wish I had gotten one of those.
I lucked up and got the T1000. That was crazy. That was the eBay auction that I clicked on at the right minute at the right time, and that was a grail for a moment.
I'm hoping maybe Hot Toys went back into Back to the Future, so maybe they do Terminator again, but I don't think so. I don't think it's likely.
I think later on. I think right now it's just a bad time for Terminator because of the movies that came out just sucked. So
right, yeah.
Exactly. But I think they'll go back. They'll go back to it.
Yeah. So, dude, Toya Leo in the chat, the Queen. Thank you so much, Toya, for a MySpace reference. $2, $1.99. Thank you so much, Toya. That really does mean a lot. So, guys, I have one more topic, but I know we're running a little short on time. So, do you guys want to do it, or do you want to save it for the next one?
Justin, guys, he has to get his money, so you got to hurry up.
Doesn't get big with money. This one's still. Let us know in the chat, too, guys.
He knows I love him.
I know, because we're about 1 hour 50. We'll try to go through this one pretty quickly. So this one I think is interesting. This is a little more maybe spicy of a topic. I think this is not just with collecting, with anything, right? Anytime there's a consensus on anything, we're like, it kind of makes you second guess your own opinion. You're like, maybe I do like that thing that everyone likes that I don't really like that much, right? Or maybe with the sequels, I still maintain this theory a little bit. Some people like the sequels, they're just afraid to admit it. So I think just because there is a lot of people online who really will attack you for that. So that's why with me, I've always...
Man, you should have brought that up. You should know it's going to be flooded.
I know. Hey, dude, it's engagement on the video. It's fine.
Yeah, gotcha.
But, and there are a lot of people very honest, too. They just don't like sequels. That's fine. But, like, in other things, like Last of Us 2 or whatever, right? Like, so with collecting with figures, whether Head Sculpt comes out, and it's a little, maybe not as good as the proto, but you still really like it, but everyone in the community is like, oh, it looks like trash, it's terrible. So you kind of feel a little bit of pressure. Whether you cave into that pressure or not is to be determined. But do you guys feel a little pressure, like to sometimes conform to what you perceive to be the consensus? Like, is that something you notice? Like, Justin, I know you as the godfather of collecting, the Vito Corleone of collecting. Do you sometimes feel that before you do your review?
Not really, to be honest. I've always, in my life, tried to not really, I keep my opinions as they were, if you will. So say, for instance, the Prime 1 Suicide Squad Harley. That has been bashed by every single streamer that I have seen. But I don't care. I still love it. I still can't wait to get it. And even if people can't understand why, it's kind of like Will with JND Joker. He's not great, but Will loves him. That's how, that's how it is.
I'm going to mute you, Justin.
There you go. And my dislike of it is not going to influence Will.
No.
Because we love things for very specific reasons. Just because someone else doesn't like something, it doesn't mean that will or ever should influence what we think about it. There are a bunch of figures that I like that a lot of people don't like. Like the DX02 or 01. I don't remember. The Joker, DX01. I really like it. But a friend of mine, when I said I was getting it, he was like, it's terrible. Why would you want to get that? I was like, hey, I really like it. Same thing with DX05 Indie. That's another one. I really like the Hot Toys Indie. Some people really don't like it. But I don't care. I just love it. And you're right, Will. The sequels is a prime example. I still really like the sequels. Maybe not as much as Will. I still really enjoy them. And even though people are hating online, sometimes you kind of feel like, they're seeing a constant hate, a lot of hate. Maybe I shouldn't be loving it as much. But as long as you stay true to your own opinions, just don't worry about the other. Don't worry about the other rubbish. It's all you. You're good.
That's the way I like to live. So, but
exactly. There's not enough time in the world in your life. I should say, because life is finite, there is not enough time to worry about what other people think about things. All that matters is what you think about things. I think the same way about food. There are certain things that I just don't like eating. And yeah, okay, maybe I could just try it. I could force myself to try and eat it, but why bother? Because I know the things that I like, and I know the things that I'm inclined to like. I'm not going to waste the small amount of time that I have doing things or trying things that I'm already predisposed not to like. Because, as I said, time is finite. Do the things that you like, love the things that you like, and don't listen to what other people say, because you know what you like.
Yeah, I agree. So, Nathan, how do you feel about this?
Well, yeah. So,
I know it's a tough answer to follow, but
well, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, like, I mean, I guess is it the same as I guess like, do you mean like maybe you feel peer pressured into
yes,
buying something or
or
yeah,
disliking
so like
something, yeah,
or dislike yeah, so like I think sometimes you do get that feeling when like you say, oh, so they say Hot Toys announces something for pre-order, and then you don't, and you're like, no, I think I'll pass on that. And then everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't pass on that. It looks great. It looks great. And then the sort of FOMO kicks in as well.
right,
Yeah.
And then I think, oh, well, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. And then you end up paying like day one prices or something like that for it. And it's one of those things where, like, I think I said, I don't know if I said to you earlier, well, I don't know if we'd gone live at this point. But I know it was when we were talking about when you coerced me into getting the
so I'm the perfect example
the
of
Last
this.
of Us figures. So
Right.
I was saying to Will earlier before we went live that I said when they first announced them, I said, I would really like that, but then I'm like, well, I want to stick to Star Wars and not buy any more. But I was like, well,
Why did you listen to Will?
if I don't,
Why did you listen to Will?
Justin does for some reason.
I think if I said to myself that I don't like them, if I buy them but then I don't like them, I can always sell them.
Right.
But if I don't buy them and they sell out or whatever, and I really want to buy them, then I'll have to spend more money on it and I'll regret it. So I think it's always good to get something and sell it than not get it and have to pay over the odds. But yeah, sorry, I drifted off a bit. But
no, that's a good point.
It's a really good point. It's a really good point.
I think yeah, like Justin said, you've got to sort of make your own decisions. Don't be sort of swayed by anyone else. If you like, me personally, I love the Force, like going on the sequels thing again. I love the Force Awakens. I think The Last Jedi was a good film, but not in terms of a carry on and the story. And the same for the Rise of Skywalker. But I still like the characters. I like, I love that Disney has Star Wars, because we wouldn't have had half of stuff in terms of collectibles
Mando.
or anything, or Mando, all the Disney Plus stuff. It's a massively positive thing, and it does annoy me sometimes when people just moan about Disney the whole time, about the sequels and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know, sorry, I'm getting into like talking about the sequels
No, it's okay.
rather than
I brought the sequels, so.
But yeah, it's the same thing with collecting. We'll say, for instance, collecting sequels figures compared to the OT. Obviously, people, we didn't like the troopers, the First Order troopers and stuff like that. But some people love them. Some people love the way they look, and that's like you always say,
yesterday.
Yeah, like you always say, Justin. It's your opinion. It's our opinion. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's if you like it, you're paying for it.
Yeah.
We are paying for our money for it. It's whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And if you need a little helping hand from someone like Will to get there,
Someone like me.
Or Justin.
The chat doesn't think that I'm going to convince everyone to buy Pennywise. So
Well, exactly, yeah, and the Red Dead figure as well.
Yeah, it's a good.
But I
figure.
wanted to get that anyway, so it's all right.
Yeah. Okay, great
But
answer,
anyway,
dude.
yeah,
So,
so yeah.
so brother cousins, what do you think about this? Do you ever feel that? At least, whether you cave into it is another question altogether.
Yeah.
But do you feel that pressure?
Not really. I mean, no, not really. But it was kind of funny this week, even with the Flash, like even I, like in my little, like, reviewing the Facebook announcement pictures of that figure. I was looking at it. I was like, kind of wasn't what I expected in the head sculpt. But then I actually saw the end product review that Justin did, and it kind of turned me around on that figure. I was like, you know
I
what?
really like it now. I've got him with the unhelmeted head, with the unmasked head sculpt on it. I'm actually finding myself kind of liking it.
I
Which
think
figure is
I'm
this
going to
again?
get it.
CW Flash.
Oh, CW Flash.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think I'm gonna get it because I really, after watching the review, I was like, I kind of like it. And you know what? I'm a closet Flash fan. I'm sorry, I still like the show. I don't
Season
care
one.
how bad it is. It's something about
Don't
it's
care
something
about
real comforting coming home and watching it. So
Mm.
it's been a part of my life for what 7, 8 years, maybe 9. I want it. So yeah, I mean, just because a lot of other people don't like it or they think it's lackluster, I still want it in my collection. So yeah, I mean, and that's what it comes down to. If you like, it's about if you like it. Who cares about what everybody else likes? We're all gonna like different things on this panel. It's stuff that we like and stuff we don't like, and that's cool. That's fine because maybe at some point maybe we'll meet up in person one day and I can look at everybody's collection. I'll be like, wow, that actually does look cool.
We're in the same state, bro. So
Hey, we got to hook up.
I know, man. We're going to.
Absolutely. But yeah, everybody is different, and that's the beauty of collecting. So yeah.
Yeah, everyone keeps commenting about me. Hot Toys is never releasing Pennywise just to spite Will. Ashley Chase, maybe Pennywise come for Xmas Will, maybe. And I want to thank so much Major Bren Derlin. Thank you so much. $20. That's amazing. It really does mean a lot. Loving the chat, guys. Thanks for hosting well. Of course, man. Every Sunday, Collectors Mingle. Lael, I left you for last because I know you might have strong feelings on this topic. So I want to hear what you're going to say.
About opinions or
Yeah,
about,
because I know normally you, like you said, you don't let anyone influence your opinion at all. I think
No, I don't.
everyone on this panel has said pretty much the same thing. But
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think that basically for the average collector, you've collected pieces that you want, because you were drawn to it, you have an interest for it. I think that if you get in the space where, I mean, for us, those of us who have been collecting for a certain amount of time, like I said, we know what we like, we know what we don't like, we know that sometimes our opinions on a certain figure may change and we can go back and get it eventually, but that's because we've made that executive decision to do so, not because we were swayed by anyone else. But I think for a new collector, sometimes it can be hard because they don't know where to start. And sometimes if they're listening to individuals and they're saying, oh, you should just go ahead and get it, then they think that, it's something that they should do. I think that you have to, if you're drawn to a certain IP and that's where you want to kind of stay, then you can stay there. It's unfortunate for me because I am a Marvel fan. I am a huge Marvel and Star Wars fan. I'm a DC fan. So there are certain pieces that I'm going to get, because I connect well to them. But again, I think it's one of those things where, I don't, the influences, I mean, we joke around all the time when we were influenced by this person, this person influenced us, they enabled us. But no, I think genuinely you wanted to get that figure anyway. You wanted to get it.
All we can do is open the door. You have to step through it.
right.
Exactly. So we were going to get that figure, or you were going to get that figure anyway. It was just one of those things where you just probably had a helping hand. And sometimes you need, someone's, opinion to get you over that hump, because you might have been thinking about it and like, oh, I want that figure, but I just don't know. Right. Watching someone's review, like Justin's review or, Ryan or whoever else, you're watching it and you're like, okay, yeah, I think I've made my decision. Whether you make the decision not to get it or you do want to get it, go ahead. But I will basically say this: if you are a new collector, and if you are collectors out there, don't do it because you think it's going to give you a certain image. Don't do it because you want to be looked and perceived as someone who has all these figures and, oh yeah, we can look to this person like they're super cool because they got it. Nah, don't do that, because you are going to I'm telling you, you're going to box yourself out. You're gonna end up spending over the amount that you wanted to spend per month on figures. Your budget, you're gonna blow past your budget, and then you're gonna end up selling figures to make some of that money back. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, be smart about it when you collect. We give opinions based on what we love, and if we think that we can kind of help to influence other people to, you know, if they were on the fence about it, or if they want to get it, like, you know, this is your opportunity to purchase it. Also, we let you know that, look, these figures may not be available now. You know what I mean? Or you might you might want it, and if it sells out, or if you want it and it sells out and it's back in stock and that price has shot up, we gave you the opportunity to get it when you should have, and you just didn't take that opportunity. So, again, I mean, it's all things subjective. Get what you love, purchase what you love, like what you love. You don't have to be influenced by anyone. Don't blame anybody for, you know, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But, again, you don't have to be influenced. I don't give a damn what Will says. I am not collecting certain statues. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going down that Will house because it's entirely too expensive. So it's not going to happen for me. But for everybody else, congratulations. I know where my money's going. And like I said, I'm a Star Wars fan. You got two huge Star Wars fans sitting here. So we already know where our money's going. So, you know what I mean? We already know where that money's going to go. So we have to think about, he's like me. It's Star Wars first.
Yeah.
And then everything else, if I want to get that, then I'll get it. But it's always Star Wars first.
Leo, that's a perfect segue because Aaron Logan, thank you so much, by the way, and 499 Super Chat. He needs some assistance. I'm on the fence with buying Lando. That head sculpt looks amazing. I'm a little concerned about the cape issues. What do you guys think?
Buy it.
Yeah.
Buy it.
Buy that figure. And I'm telling you right now, buy it. You will not regret it. The cape issue, listen. So I am going to, and I know people are basically wondering, they're like, yo, are you going to do that video on what you did with the cape? Yes, I am going to do the video, but I had to do my posing video first. But I will say, you know, because I will, even with those straps around the arm, and it is accurate, because if you look at the figure, it's accurate to the figure on film. They've shown it on film. So it's just in certain scenes you may not see it, but they have shown it again, like he's showing you right now. It does not matter because they aren't. You can hide them. You can literally hide that. That figure is superb. If you don't get it now, get that figure. It is. And I'm not just fuck it. Yeah, I'm saying it because I love this figure, because I'm telling you, you should get it. If you are on the fence, obviously, or if you're on the fence, you want this figure. You just need a little help. So we're just helping you. Get over that fence and purchase that figure. Get it right now. The articulation is great. The paint application on that figure is great. The tailing is great. He has an S curl. Get that figure.
It's a future grill.
It is.
It is. It's a future grill. If you don't get it now, you may have to pay 600, 800, 1,000 later on. I'm just saying.
Get this piece.
You just gotta. The cape isn't that bad. Like you just gotta be. Just got to play with it a little bit. You just spend time with it. Mine's a bit creased up at the back, but from the front, like you just got to just play and just look around. You know, it doesn't sit as like perfectly, but
if you play around with it, you can pull it off. Yeah,
you just got to make it sit naturally. Also, with the issue with I know people had issues with the collar sticking up. I just put a little bit of double-sided tape.
Yeah, me
around,
too.
Stuck it down, and it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the inside of the cape is just worth it. Anyway,
beautiful.
We got one more, guys, to round it up. Lynch Design, thank you so much. This man just dropping super chats.
Lynch.
Just because Will rocks. Thank you so much, Lynch. It's about the community. It always will be. Shout out to the chat. Lynch is the man.
Yeah.
As always, man. Seriously, Lynch, thank you so much. It means a lot. Guys, as we wrap up, Justin, I want to hit you first on this one. What do you have coming up? Anything going on? What's new?
He's getting his money first.
Well, you know.
Where's my money?
Maybe that Bespin Han. I don't know. Let me know what you think about doing that Bespin Han. I'm sure Will speak to me, and I'll speak to you, Lael, as well. I want to, talk about it. Maybe. I got to do it right. I got to do it right. The brown pants are the one thing that's holding me back. If I could get my hands on another Force Awakens Han, and then I would just need to do the yellow stripes down the sides, and that would be easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But I am planning on somehow getting it done and getting a Bespin Han, because I need a Bespin Han in the display. We all need it. Come on now. So anyway, maybe that. Also, a bunch of reviews are coming up, of course. So stay tuned. Probably going to be Spidey themed because we've all got Spidey on the brain. So I'm thinking maybe a retro review of the black suit from Spider-Man 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't seen a high quality 4K review of him, I don't think, ever. So
Yeah.
it'd be my pleasure to be the first. So I think, I'll get that done this week. Oh, maybe even tonight. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not
we'll
done. You're not done.
Oh,
You,
Am I not?
you haven't mentioned the most important thing yet.
Figures and flicks.
What?
No, not well. Figures and flicks. Yeah, but two more. Well, okay, say two more things. So figure and flicks, but there's one more
Figures and flicks and
To get his money?
next month.
oh,
What is it?
The Matrix.
Oh, The Matrix. Well, because that's a given, Leo. You know the movie's coming.
oh my God, Leo.
Justin's
Oh
already
my
got paid
God.
for that. So
Yeah, he did. He
Have
did
I?
get paid for that.
I don't know.
yeah, you gotta check. It should be in the mail.
I gotta go check the accounts again.
Yeah, you got to check your account. So, brother cousins, what do you have coming up, man? I'm interested to see what you're doing next.
Just doing more reviews, more things with the news. I'm actually finishing up this video about how to obtain Hot Toys grills responsibly at affordable prices. So
Ooh,
I've been working on that all week. So that's going to be coming out like a 10-minute video just to tell you how to buy these, very pricey Hot Toys and buying them backwards, which you should never do, but sometimes it happens, and how to do it in a responsible way without going bankrupt. So that's the big video for me next week.
Okay. Well, Nathan, what about you, man? What's going on?
I don't know. Oh, well, I've got obviously I don't have a YouTube channel or anything, but
But you make some amazing faces, and I put your IG on the chat here.
oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. So probably actually I've got my Shore Trooper Grunt coming in possibly tomorrow. So I'm going to start because I've got the squad leader is behind me, and I'm going to get started on a Scarif, a big sort of Scarif base, because I've got that for the Death Trooper as well. So I'm looking for. I've been planning it for a while, so I need to get started on something like that. That'll probably be the next big project, the winter project, and then if maybe some Last of Us dioramas as well.
Yes, that's what I like to hear right there.
We'll once one. But yeah,
Yes, I do.
Yeah, some people have already followed me already during the stream, so thank you for that. But yeah, check me out.
Yeah, dude, that all sounds amazing. So,
thank you.
Leal, what
What's up,
about
man?
you, man? What's coming up?
Oh man, everything. I'm gonna make sure that Justin gets his money by the end of this damn stream.
You got to be the enforcer.
He's gonna get his money. He's gonna get his money by the end of the stream. Oh no. So tomorrow night we actually have comic book talk with friends. We're actually going to discuss everything that happened with the Disney Plus release on Marvel shows that are up and coming. So we're going to actually discuss that tomorrow night. Happy to do that with a great group of guys. Wednesday night, of course, we're going to actually have a all-out discussion about collecting. And I'm gonna that one because we were supposed to do it last week, but we didn't do it. I'm gonna do it this week, and it's gonna actually it's titled Posing versus Museum. So basically, it's
coming after you, Will.
Yeah. So I mean, but the thing is, it's
Yeah,
geared around when to know to pose it or keep it as a museum pose and when you can actually push the limit. So we're going to have a discussion on that along with new releases, of course. We're going to talk about that. And I have also a take your position video with the Spider-Gwen. So that's going to be coming up possibly, I think, tomorrow. I'm going to release that. So it's an amazing figure. Like, I didn't realize how much you can articulate that figure, and on top of that, it's my anticipation for that Into the Spider-Verse Miles has shot to the roof. Like, it is probably one of, aside from Ahsoka, another one of my most anticipated figures, because that Gwen is amazing. And the thing is, what's decent about that figure is it's to me, I think you can fit it in with some of your other Spider-Man figures because it looks that good. So, That'll be coming as well. So, and yeah, hopefully I see you guys this week. You know, we got some other reviews and stuff like that, and shows coming up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, really quick, before I let you guys go, there is a giveaway going on right now.
Ooh, okay.
That is with the Superman bust from Sideshow, and you know, you have to actually be a member of not only the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube channel, but also Brother Cousins Toy Reviews. You have to be a member of that channel as well, and you have to also be a subscriber to the or actually a member of the Collector Zone Cantina on Facebook, and you have to actually just talk about some goodwill, whether it's to your fellow man, fellow collector, family member, something that you've done good for the community, and you have a chance to basically win that bus. So definitely, it's Thanksgiving, it's the holiday season, so we want to make sure that we give back. So that's it.
Dude, that sounds amazing. Seriously, that giveaway, guys. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for all these guys' amazing work and their channels. A lot of good stuff coming up. I want to thank all you guys so much for joining me, especially everyone in the chat tonight, dude. It really meant a lot. You guys showed out tonight. You know, you engaged. You dropped a lot of really good comments and good knowledge to the questions that we talked about. And yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. Guys, thank you so much.
Hashtag, where's my money, man? Everybody out there, hashtag Justin,
Drop
where's
it
my money, man?
Where's my money, man?
Where's
Yeah.
my money, man?
we
Everybody
go.
hashtag that right now. Where's my money, man?
Guys, thank you so much for joining. Be on the lookout. Lael's stream, I'll be on that Wednesday, right?
Wednesday night.
Justin's Tuesday.
Yes.
And then we have Figures and Flicks. Justin's that'll drop Friday for us. And yeah, some other stuff I'll be working on. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for joining. That's another episode of Collectors Mingle in the books. We'll see you next time.